Hey there, my darlings! How are you? I hope that you were doing amazing! It's DarlingDTarot bringing you another pick-a-card reading. So for today, we are going to be getting right into this and asking the question, where will you be a year from now? So this is not only talking about where you will be, but also what abundances and blessings are coming your way over the next year. We also have tea leaf tarot cards with every pile, so we will talk about what is happening over the next year as well. Just kind of the nitty-gritty and all those little specific details. So yeah, let's just kind of dive right into this. So today we have 4 beautiful piles here in front of us. Stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, and stack 4. Now you can choose based off of the energy of the pile, the number of the pile, or the items associated with each stack. Today we are using crystals and these ornaments that I've had kind of lying around because I just think that they're so pretty, right? But without any further ado, I will give you a few seconds to choose. Now you can choose just one, you can choose multiples, you can choose all of them if you feel drawn to all of them. Also, if a pile doesn't feel like it resonates, you can always come back and choose again. Now I will give you a few seconds to choose, but first let's take a deep breath in. Let's hold it. And release. And with that, I will give you some time to make your choice, and I will see you at your pile. Bye! Hello to everyone who picked stack 1. Let's get right into your reading and see where will you be a year from now. So right off the bat, I feel like those of you that chose this pile, you are going through a period of self-growth, of transformation, and of metamorphosis. For some of you guys, I really feel like you're learning how to love yourself a lot more. You're experiencing maybe even a glow up as well. I just feel like there's this large emphasis on beauty. For others of you, I feel like you might be taking up another language over the next year. Others of you, maybe you're just investing in something very big for yourself. And I feel like it's kind of a recreational item, or just something that you feel really proud of. Maybe it's something that you've wanted for a really long time and you're finally going to be able to get it. For some of you guys, maybe it's a brand new car, maybe it's a motorcycle, maybe you're getting a swimming pool. I don't know. There's just this energy of something very big coming your way that you have been hoping for a while. Maybe this is just simply getting all of your bills caught up, really getting back on track, and just really catching up in every area of your life. For others of you, maybe you are finally taking on that big endeavor of getting back into school, taking on different courses of study as well. This is going to be a really transformative time. So whatever you feel called towards, whatever you feel drawn towards, definitely jump right into it. I feel like Spirit is going to provide you with the opportunity to be able to do this, right? For others of you as well, I feel like there's this energy of you really embracing your heritage over the next few months. Maybe you're going on Ancestry, maybe you're getting some of those DNA tests done. I just feel like there's this energy of maybe even connecting with long lost family, maybe even family you didn't necessarily know existed, and you're really starting to get to know them, right? So let's just dive right into your cards. So starting off with your first card, this is your Witch's Familiar rune card, and this is talking all about if we could sum up your next year, where you will be a year from now. So we have Naughties. Okay, so Naughties is an amazing rune. It talks all about how everything happens for a reason, and our trials and tribulations make us stronger. It makes us more competent. It makes us more resilient as well. It makes us someone who can persevere, someone who can get tougher even in the face of adversity or hardship. And I feel like all of your challenges and all of your trials and tribulation are really going to add up and make you someone who is so mature, make you someone who is so strong. I keep hearing in my head Britney Spears, stronger than yesterday, right? So I feel like you're just gaining a new level of strength in your life. And how awesome is that? For a lot of you guys, notice how we have this honey badger here. It's almost as if you're starting to put yourself first. You're gaining better boundaries over the next year, which again is going back into that self-love vibe that we picked up on with the rose quartz. For a lot of you guys, you're really investing in some more crystals as well, since we do even have crystals at the honey badger's feet. But honey badger really doesn't care, right? Out of anyone in the world, it's not going to be honey badger that's worried that you didn't like their stripe on their back, right? And I feel like that's going to be your energy over the next year, is that you're sort of like, hey, other people's opinions, that's not my business. That's not anything I need to know about, right? You're just being divinely guided into caring about what's presently in your life, not worrying about what other people think, not worrying about all the people who are haters. You know, I feel like you're telling everyone, hey, kick rocks. I'm not going to deal with you anymore. I'm not going to put up with that. And that's awesome, right? This is definitely a transformative period of stepping up and stepping into your independence and into your self-worth. For a lot of you guys, you're finally putting your feet down as well to a lot of people who maybe have caused you some trials and tribulations, or maybe people who have, I don't want to say deceived you, but maybe they have wronged you. Maybe they have taken you for granted. And maybe you're finally kind of putting your foot down and you're saying, hey, I love you, but I'm not going to put up with A, B, and C. And how awesome is that? You're definitely standing up to abuse. And I'm really, really proud of you. It's not always easy, but it's something that is going to become a little easier over the next year as you really start stepping like kind of forward and saying, hey, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. You know, you're really recognizing your own inner strength and your own inner growth. And I'm so proud of you guys. For a lot of you guys as well with Nodhees, this is definitely talking about going into success after a period of hardship or after a period of trials. And this is going to be a really wonderful and abundant time going forward. But you had to have these lessons for a reason. You had to go through these painful moments as well, or maybe this disappointing period of time to be able to experience the true joy that is entering within the next year. And I feel like honestly, this next year is setting you up for the next 50 years, the next 60 years, the next however long, right? I just feel like there's this energy of this really putting you on the right path going forward and saying, hey, we're not going to deal with that anymore. It kind of reminds me of how we are in the age of Aquarius currently, and we're going to be there for quite a long time now, but it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Of course, this is a timeless reading, so, you know, whenever you find this, it's going to resonate, but I definitely think it's that sort of an energy where you're understanding your own self-worth and you're saying, hey, I love you, but I'm going to put myself first now. And how beautiful is that? Spirit is so proud of you guys. So going on to your next card, this is your Foxfire Kitsune card, and this is number 1. The richness within. Yes, again, you're not worrying what other people think. You're nurturing yourself. You're caring for yourself. See yourself as this fox, right? And almost see it as everyone's spirit is a fox. And all of these other people are coming around. They're trying to distract you, you know, maybe even talking stink to each other and gossiping. And you're over here not caring anymore. You're just sort of like, that's great, Glenn. You keep talking about that. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm over here minding my own business. I'm nurturing myself. I'm eating an apple slice right now. I'm having a great day. I'm dipping in caramel. It's wonderful. You know, I just feel like there's this energy of you really living your life and really loving it as well. I keep hearing Mary J. Blige's Just Fine, and one of the song lyrics are, I appreciate life, it feels so good that it's mine, and I feel like that's kind of your energy. Other lyrics in the song are, I like what I see when I'm looking at me when I'm walking past the mirror, and I feel like that's kind of your energy. You're really loving yourself, you're really feeling yourself, and this is something that has been a little bit different than you have previously felt about yourself in the past. You know, maybe even with this hard period of time, you have kind of brought yourself to this understanding that maybe you're a little lackluster. And Spirit wants you to know that that's just an illusion. That is something that ego has made you believe because it was kind of easier for you to believe that you were mediocre than to believe that you were incredible while all of this hardship was happening, right? And Spirit is saying we want you to abandon that because you are phenomenal. You are incredible. You are extraordinary. You are someone who is so brilliant and so just inspiring to so many other people. Do you see how many people are surrounding this woman and her fox soul? That's you, you know, it's kind of that sort of an energy of so many people are in awe of you and so many people look to you for guidance. They look to you for support. They look to you for that shoulder to cry on, for that open, active audience. But after a certain point, you also have to remember I'm the whole deal. You know, I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I'm perfect. I'm resilient. I'm resourceful. I'm someone who can persevere. I'm someone who has always gone the distance. Spirit keeps saying that you have survived 100% of your hardest days, and that's very, very admirable. You go towards every day with courage and with bravery, and that's why you are going to be gifted so many beautiful things. But Spirit wants you to really start seeing yourself in a very high regard. Do you see how she's elevated this fox as well compared to the others? Start putting yourself first. Start knowing that you are the real deal, that you are someone who knows your stuff. You're someone who is so intelligent. You're someone who has a great heart as well. Don't sell yourself short. Honestly, we're going to just have a little like hyping up session in this reading because honestly, I feel like maybe you guys have struggled with this for a little while. Maybe there's this energy of struggling a little bit with self-worth as well. And Spirit doesn't want you to feel that way anymore. Now, also with the number 1, again, you're stepping into that self-resilience. I feel like you're really also stepping into self-independence as well. I feel like you're starting to stand on your own 2 feet. You're not looking to other people for help anymore as well. And how awesome is that? Again, I feel like a lot of you guys that pick this pile, maybe you also struggled with codependency during that time. And that's something that you're really learning and healing from as well. You're learning how to be more independent and learning how to take steps for yourself that are something that is needed, something that is really important and something that is really aligned with your integrity as well. So going forward, onto your next card, this is going to be your Secrets of the Mystic Oracle card. And this is talking about what energy is going to be coming into your life over the next year. So we have number 19, secrets. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, people are going to come to you with secrets. They're going to come to you with information. They're going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to gossip. They're going to want to blab. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people over the next year are going to want to get your attention. They're going to want to have you looking their way. And I feel like you're really going to be wanting to spend some time by yourself. I feel like you're really kind of pulling inward and you're really reflecting a little bit more, right? Because I feel like you're no longer gossiping. Look how we have a fox over here as well. That's really interesting. For a lot of you guys, maybe there's someone in your life as well that's really sly, and Spirit is kind of saying, whenever you're having a hard time, it's not to say that this person is very happy when you are, but I feel like maybe this person, it's almost as if they internalize it as, well, my life isn't so bad, right? And that's still a very toxic way to be as a friend. That's very, very toxic. And Spirit is saying, if you get that vibe from a friend, maybe let's say that they unload on you some of their problems, and then they're like, hey, well, why don't you tell me yours? And then you tell them, and then they are sort of like, oh, okay, that's fine, Debbie. It's just sort of like, well, why did you want me to open up about it, right? And I feel like that's kind of your energy here, and I feel like maybe they're even, going behind and just kind of telling people. And it doesn't have to be maliciously. It could just be a family friend or maybe just even a family member in general, someone who's just kind of learning different information about you and just kind of gossiping it. But I feel like you're really distancing yourself from that. You're no longer, spilling the beans to people that you maybe were feeling a little bit weary about. I feel like you're really trusting your intuition a little bit more as well. But going forward with secrets, it says whisper confidences and sharing. Again, you're really going to put emphasis on who you're sharing what information with, right? You're not going to just share everything with everyone. Again, I feel like that's going to be part of your growth with boundaries. You're really going to be feeling confident in your regard to trusting and knowing who to trust as well. Maybe that's something that you struggled with in the past. And that's something that Spirit is saying over the next year, you're really going to feel confident in. A lot of people are going to come to you though, and they're going to want to get your attention. Again, like I said earlier, a lot of people are really going to want to win your favor over the next year. Some are going to maybe even open up about some really maybe even trying moments in their own life, and definitely you can talk to them about these moments, but don't feel as if you have to be obligated then to share your entire life story is what Spirit is saying, right? There's something that you can kind of keep to yourself, and there's some things that you can keep a secret without it being rude, right? Not everyone has to know your whole life story the first day that they meet you, right? But going forward, I definitely feel like over the next year, you're meeting a lot of people. So on to your next few cards, we have Messenger of the Gods. Of course, yeah, I definitely feel like you're receiving a lot of messages from Spirit. We also have Darkness and Fog. Reflection, yes, okay, beautiful. And poetry, language, and expression, beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, for a lot of you guys, again, you have experienced a period of darkness and fog. You have really gone through it, to be completely honest, and I feel like Spirit is sending you messages. Maybe you've been having this antsy feeling to you of something is right around the corner, something is going to happen that's very big, and it's going to provide you with a lot of comfort, right? And I feel like Spirit is saying this is going to be divine justice. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the Justice card somewhere in this reading as well. For a lot of you guys, I feel like maybe you are long overdue for some sort of good fortune or good luck, and it's finally coming your way. But I feel like, again, you had to experience these trials and tribulations, especially with Naughties. You know, it isn't always easy, but the lessons will always come to us when the time is right, and the lessons will always bring us to higher ground as well. Now, going forward, we also have reflection. Again, I feel like you're ruminating over the next year. You're really kind of reflecting on where it is that you want to be going and where it is that maybe you don't want to be focusing on as much, right? Again, weighing the pros with the cons, really making those big life decisions for yourself as well. Again, maybe even a glow up as well. I feel like you're really just loving yourself. Again, it's kind of going back to those Mary J. Blige lyrics of, I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm looking in the mirror. But going forward with poetry, language, and expression, again, you might be learning a second language. For others of you, I just feel like language is going to be very important. Maybe you're reading a lot of books this year. Maybe that's something that you're really going to be liking and appreciating. But also with poetry, again, maybe you're reading poetry books, maybe you're writing a poetry book, and Spirit is saying, go for it. You are someone who is so talented. I feel like for others, maybe you are a literature teacher, or maybe you teach like English for, maybe professor, maybe you're a professor, or maybe you teach for like an elementary school. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there. For others of you guys, I feel like maybe you work at like a makeup store, like maybe Ulta or Sephora or MAC. I don't know if there's actual MAC stores. I think that there are. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I've never actually been to one, but going forward on to the next few cards, these are going to be your angels and ancestors cards, and these are talking about the overall focus going forward. So we have Animal Guardian, Beautiful, Sage, and Broken Arrow. Okay, so right off the bat, trust your instincts. Yes, trust your gut, trust your intuition, know that it is correct, especially when it comes to who to trust, who not to trust, and where to go going forward, right? I feel like you're really understanding where to put your energy. You know, you're really understanding that what you do with this energy as well, that's what really manifests these beautiful blessings in your life. You're starting to not focus on the lack as much, and you're really starting to focus on the beauty in life. And how awesome is that? I definitely feel like you're starting to see not that the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. You're starting to say, hey, the glass is refillable, right? And I feel like that's something that Spirit is very excited for you about over the next year. Now, we also have Sage, be devoted and committed, and I feel like that's to yourself. Be devoted and committed to yourself, to your ambitions, to your dreams, to your goals, because that's what's really going to propel you forward. I feel like there's also going to be a big catalyst moment that happens over the next year, and I feel like it's going to be almost a windfall or some sort of big amount of money coming your way that's really going to help you, right? It could even be that maybe you have a breakthrough at work, maybe you have more clients, maybe you have, a little bit busier of times, just working times in general. But going forward, we also have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Yes, so you're definitely starting to become more peaceful as well. Again, looking at it as the glass is refillable. The glass can always be filled up to the top. You always have enough, I feel like, is also how you're starting to see things. You're also kind of working a lot with affirmations, and that's something that Spirit is really happy for you guys about. Now, going forward, I also want to say that maybe for some of you guys, you have changed entirely in regards to direction of where your life is going. So maybe for some of you guys, you're like, I wanted to be a WWE wrestler, but I've actually decided that I want to be a full-time gardener, right? So it's that sort of an energy, like it's so different. But I feel like somewhere along the line, the kind of lines crossed and the paths crossed for you to be able to do this. I hope that makes sense. But going forward onto your next two cards, these are your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking all about if we could sum up your overall energy a year from now. So we have the Hermit and the Page of Cups. Beautiful. So again, you're finding your independence with the Hermit. Some of you guys might be Virgo placements or have Virgo somewhere in your chart, maybe Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But going forward also with the Page of Cups, this could be a water sign. I usually think of Pisces when I see the Page of Cups, but this also could be Cancer or Scorpio. But going forward, you're really, again, Scorpio could also be talking about secrets, you know, kind of holding that within, being a little bit more aloof towards people. So maybe those are the energies that you are embodying, especially since Virgo is a sign of wanting to have a little bit of your own solitude, wanting to have that alone time, wanting to reflect, wanting to go inward as well. You know, it's a sign of nurturing for others and, you know, caring for others as well, being the mom friend, so to speak, regardless of gender. But at the same time, you know, Virgo really does have to take care of themselves, or, you know, things almost start to pile up in their life. And I feel like it's the same energy for you guys. But you're really finding your independence, you're lighting your own way, and you're finding this enlightenment as well. Now, going forward with the Page of Cups, I feel like happy times are coming your way, and happy times are here to stay as well. You know, I just feel like you're having a great time. You're really starting to see the spice of life. You're hungry for life again. You know, you're feeling excited. And how awesome is that? Now, also with the Page of Cups, this talks all about just kind of going with the flow, going wherever the water or the wind will take you, and just trusting in the universe, letting go and surrendering. And I feel like that's a really awesome energy to be in, you guys. Also kind of riding the wave, riding out the tough times and just kind of cruising through it, not putting up resistance, right? Not kind of saying, hey, I'm going to fight this off. Just kind of trusting that the universe is going to glide you through these tough times. And that's how you'll make it to the other side, right? But I feel like for others of you guys, maybe you're starting to meditate as well a little bit more, and that's really awesome. You might also be focusing on subliminals or binaurals, you know, maybe even really working on languages. Maybe you're putting on like Rosetta Stone at night and just falling asleep with it on, because that's a really awesome way to learn a language. But I just feel like there's this energy of focusing on yourself and not taking things too seriously. And how awesome is that? So going on to your next few cards, these are your Game of Thrones tarot cards, and these are talking all about the overall energy of the next year, just kind of going through the year. How are you feeling? So we have the Five of Coins, the Strength card, the King of Swords, the Moon card, and the King of Spears in reverse. There we go. Okay, so remember how I was saying that you are enlightening yourself, you're coming to a more enlightened kind of point of view as well? That's what the Moon in reverse is all about. So with the Five of Coins and the Strength card in reverse, again, you have been through these trials and tribulations. That darkness and fog has been following you around for a while, but you're finally done with it. It's almost as if right when you felt as if you didn't have any more strength or you didn't have any more energy to give, Spirit is like, no, get back in the ring, get up. You are not done yet. And I feel like you get back onto your feet. It's almost like you're resurrected. You're brought back from the dead. And you're like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to take on the world. I'm ready to take on anything. You know, and I feel like there's almost this level of understanding of why things in the past had to happen the way that they did. I feel like there's also a level of understanding that things that happened to you over the past, it didn't happen to you because it was your fault. It was the circumstance. For some of you guys, it could be that maybe you were left out in the cold by someone, maybe you were disappointed by someone, maybe some of you guys have experienced some sort of financial hardship as well, or experienced a financial burden, and that's something that you know, has taught you how to be maybe even a little bit better with money, right? So at the end of the day, at the end of every fairy tale as well, there's always a moral, or there's always a lesson to be learned. You know, even in the darkest of times, we can always see the glimmer of hope, right? So just remember that going forward. But also with the King of Spears in reverse, you know, I feel like you're really starting to, you know, not really be, because, you know, obviously this is Ned Stark and he was someone who is so compassionate and someone who could be a little bit of a pushover, to be completely honest. You're learning how to not do that anymore. You're learning how to not be a doormat for people either. You're literally standing up for yourself with the King of Swords, and you're kind of creating boundaries for yourself where maybe there weren't boundaries in the past, and you're really finding solid footing. You know, it's almost as if you no longer longer feel that the rug is pulled out from under your feet or that you're going to drop down out from the floor, right? Now you suddenly feel with the moon in reverse, that the moon door is closing and you finally have somewhere to stand, So how beautiful is that? It's really about regaining your equilibrium, but at the same time, it's not going to be easy. I feel like it's going to take a lot of reflection and it's going to take a lot of understanding as well. But I definitely feel like for a lot of you guys, Spirit really wants to stress that whatever happened, it's not because it was your fault or it's not because, of whatever reason. Maybe for some of you guys, you were also like, what the heck? I'm a spiritual person. I do all the right things. I'm a very good person. Why does this stuff happen to me? But Spirit says, that sometimes, unfavorable things happen to good people too. It's not just bad people that, always suffer. The good people also have to go through their trials and tribulations, especially those that are in the spiritual community. You will notice that a lot of people that are intuitives or people who are empaths or light workers or indigo children, they have the hardest lives out of anyone. And it's because they have a cosmic lesson to learn and a karmic debt to be paid. There's something that they have to enlighten others with, right? Maybe your karma is to help other people to gain better boundaries for themselves too. Maybe you're inspiring people over the next year to really set those boundaries for themselves. Maybe you're joining groups online or on Facebook and you're really uplifting people there. But going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Yuval Noah Tarot cards, and these are talking all about what blessings are coming your way over the next year. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So let me just double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9. Nailed it. Definitely. Okay, so it's a 9. There we go. You guys can see why I didn't become a mathematician. But yeah, there we go. So the 9 of Chalices, you're really focusing on yourself though. Really focusing on maybe even a glow up. Maybe it's leg day. Leg day for sure. Wow. But going forward with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, this is talking all about communication. Remember how I was saying earlier at the beginning of the reading that everyone wants to talk to you. You are someone who is going to be Mr. or Mrs. Popularity over the next year. And maybe that's something that's going to be a little bit overwhelming because you're just sort of like, no, it's almost as if people are like sending you messages, sliding in your DMs, and you're just sort of like hanging up here in the clouds. I keep hearing Panic at the Disco's, I'm king of the clouds, of the clouds. And I feel like you're really lifting yourself away and to a higher perspective, to a better understanding as well. It's almost as if you're overstanding, right? But going forward with the Hanged Man, again, you're meditating. I feel like you're someone who is reflecting. You're going into this period of, really looking back objectively and saying, this is why things had to happen, right? But again, I feel like a lot of people want to talk to you, but it's going to be up to you if you want to return the communication. But I honestly feel like you are focusing on yourself, especially with this Nine of Cups here. For a lot of you guys, you might have really long hair, or maybe you have extensions, or maybe you just recently decided that you're going to grow your hair out again. But going forward, I also feel like for some of you guys, if you're a man watching this or of a masculine energy, I feel like maybe you have shorter hair as well. Not too short, but maybe you style it up, almost kind of like styled just in the middle of your head. Maybe you have like the side shaved. But going forward onto your next few cards, these are going to be your Enchanted Tarot cards, and these are your closing messages before we go on to your Tea Leaf Tarot cards. So we have the High Priestess, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Hearts. Yes. So again, with the High Priestess, trust yourself, trust your intuition, because that's really going to lead you in the right direction of who to trust, who to, really hold in a high regard as well. The Two of Swords also talks about having a little bit of indecision over the next year, or feeling a little bit uncomfortable in regards to making a decision or in regards to having to make a choice. But Spirit is saying that when you make this choice, it's going to lead to a better ground or better footing. Maybe it has to do in regards to career. Maybe some of you guys are moving. Again, maybe it's kind of purchasing this brand new big item. Maybe it's something that's going to bring a lot of happiness into your life, but it's something that you really do weigh yourself on for a while. Maybe there's almost this energy energy of, I never get myself anything nice, so why can't I just kind of splurge this one time, right? But going forward, I definitely feel like you're focusing on yourself and you're focusing on your studies too with the High Priestess. You're being a little bit more aloof, you're being a little bit more secretive, and a lot of people are being attracted by that. A lot of you might even be working with the moon in some capacity, maybe even doing new moon rituals. But going forward with the Three of Hearts, again, people are going to want to have you involved with the community and have you involved with them in general. You know, people want to talk, people want to have you open up. But again, I feel like you're just kind of doing your own thing. I feel like you're just kind of enjoying life. And how awesome is that? But going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Tea Leaf Tarot cards. And these are talking about what is going to happen over the span over the next year. So we have Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yes, this is exactly what we were talking about, pile one. Wow, awesome. I love the confirmation. Oh my goodness. So definitely trust your intuition and use it. It is very, very important. We also have Pineapple, reconciliation. Maybe someone is going to come back into your life and you're going to have to reconcile with them. For others of you guys, maybe you come to a head with someone and you're just sort of like, I can't be, you know, maybe friends, or I can't hang out with you anymore. I can't do this or I can't do that. But you're saying, I still respect you and I still love you. But at the end of the day, it's a no from me, dog. But going forward onto your next card, we have Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh new start. Beautiful. You know, so again, brand new opportunities are coming your way, brand new endeavors as well. You're really going to feel excited. You're going to feel rejuvenated and renewed. And how awesome is that? Also, we have Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Yes. So again, Spirit is saying that you do have friends, though, you know, that really do hold you in a high regard and that really do care about you. Maybe that's even this one fox in this picture, you know, that you're really taking care of and you're really loving, because this is the only fox that's not really gossiping other than this fox. Look at that. Maybe you have like a secret friend kind of lurking in the background and they're defending you from everyone. They're just sort of like, back off. This person is an amazing person. This person wouldn't even hurt a fly, right? So it could be that you have literally someone who is sticking up for you on the sidelines, and it's someone that you wouldn't even expect. For some of you guys, maybe you're in a relationship and maybe their friends or family members have been kind of giving you a little bit of slack behind your back. Maybe it's something that you have picked up on intuitively, or maybe it's something that you have actually seen. And I feel like this one friend, or maybe even your partner, is going to these people and saying, hey, stop that, you know, break it up. There's nothing to see here. She's a beautiful person. He's an amazing man. You know, I just feel like there's this energy of just saying like, this person is so phenomenal, like in every way, shape, and form. And I feel like there's also maybe even a friend as well that if people try to like talk that stinky air, I feel like this friend or this person is, you know, honestly really defending you. And I feel like it's also against like mutual friends as well. Maybe you have a big friend group, and you know, maybe this is also coworkers. Maybe there's a coworker that's like, hey, I hope that you're not talking about Cheryl that way. And I feel like it's something that if you knew, you know, you would be absolutely shocked or absolutely surprised that this person was sticking up for you. Now we also have Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay, so it could even be that it's this person who is taking care of you or who is sticking up for you, you know, on the sidelines without you even knowing. Now we also have Grapes, time to go out and have fun. Again, you might be wanting to just kind of spend time by yourself, be a little bit alone over the next year. You know, maybe you're like, hey, I'm just gonna be focusing on myself, on my passions, on my career. And Spirit is saying, don't hesitate to go out and have a good time, right? Now we also have Hat, you will be playing a different role. Again, I feel like you're no longer just being that nurturing person who is allowing themselves to just be a doormat anymore. I feel like you're really stepping into this energy of, no, I have boundaries and you're going to respect the person that I am. Now we also have Tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Yes, this next year is going to be one that's full of celebration, full of fun, full of happiness, full of joy as well. We also have Dog barking. Look at that, 2 dogs. So this is someone who's incredibly loyal to you. And I feel like there's also someone in your life as well that would honestly do anything for you. This could be a sister, a brother, a close friend or family member. but it says advice from a friend. So someone's going to want to give you advice, someone's going to want to help you as well, or kind of give you their opinion. But again, maybe you're no longer focusing on that. Maybe you're just sort of like, yeah, okay, I appreciate the advice, but I'm still going to do this, right? Now we also have sun, happiness and well-being. Beautiful. So again, a lot of happiness. I love that we have two cards that are talking about enjoyment and happiness and celebration and fun. Now we also have mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Yes. Remember how I was saying earlier that there's someone who has been, maybe a little bit rude behind your back? I feel like that's that mule, right? It might also be someone who has Aries, Taurus, or Sagittarius placements as well. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like it's somewhere within their chart. So going forward, I don't know why Spirit just said that, but we also have fly, a period of ill health and depression. So, again, make sure to take care of yourself during this time, because, it could even be that this is what you were feeling for the longest time. It could be that you were feeling so drained and now you're stepping into this happiness and well-being over the next year, right? But I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time to be able to break from that. Now we also have flowers, happiness again. Oh my goodness, I love it. So I love also that it says a period of ill health. So it just says a period. It's not just like you have forever ill health, right? It's just kind of like, no, it's just a period of ill health. So you're going to get better. It's kind of like Monty Python. I got better. But with flowers, it says happiness. You're going to be receiving a lot of happiness, a lot of good times. Two cards that are talking about happiness now. We also have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So some of you guys, maybe that's also the big decision that we were talking about earlier, that you're deciding to go on to a new career or going on to maybe even a new term of study, or a new, not a term, could be a term, maybe you're going for a whole semester. But I also feel like maybe there's just this energy of switching to an entirely new line of study in general. Remember how I was saying earlier that it's almost as if your life path crossed with something else, and you thought to yourself, wow, what I thought that I wanted, I no longer think that I want anymore, right? So it's kind of a reevaluation period for yourself. And, maybe that's why we have this broken ring. Again, maybe you're literally saying goodbye to someone in your life, that you're saying, hey, I still care about you, I still honor you, and I respect you, but I'm not going to be that person that you walk all over anymore, right? Now we also have younger woman. Dealings are a relationship with the younger woman. I feel like this is the person who protects you. I feel like this is the person, who really protects you, who really takes care of you, who will stick up for you in regards to other people. If other people are gossiping about you or saying something mean, this person will be like, are you kidding? Do you see how much they've done for us? I just feel like this person, notice how she looks a little bit mad too. She looks like really, unimpressed by people. Like, really, you're talking that about Samantha? What are you even saying? Samantha's such a good person. But going forward, we also have Ram. Again, maybe Aries, a stubborn, aggressive person. It's not to say that Aries are stubborn and aggressive, but that's kind of like confirmation with the Ram, obviously with the ram horns. But going forward, I feel like that's just kind of this person, because again, this card talks about someone who's stubborn, and then this card talks about someone who is stubborn as well. So just really, really interesting, you guys. Now, I'm loving the confirmation. We also have man. Dealings are a relationship with a man. So for some of you guys, maybe you are literally having a broken ring with a man. Maybe you're having a broken ring with a woman. Maybe this man is the person who is defending you behind your back. Maybe this is even a friend of your partner's. Maybe this is a friend of the person that you're having beef with as well. But I definitely feel like you have a lot of people that are in your corner that are really sticking up for you, right? Now we also have Tiger, doing something risky and taking a chance. Yes, remember I was saying earlier that you're really going out kind of on a limb and deciding on what it is that you want going forward, and it's so different from what you thought that you wanted, but it's also something that's more fulfilling, and that's what Tiger is all about. Now we also have ladder, climbing towards success. Yes, you're definitely going towards success. We also have tower, solid foundation, and success with effort. Beautiful. So you're going to be very, very successful. We also have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So again, I feel like someone is going to give you advice, and it's because you're just sort of like, I really don't know what to do. But again, it goes back into that energy of really understanding and intuitively knowing who is going to, not spill the beans to everyone, so to speak. Now, we also have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Again, especially with that broken ring, I just feel like there's disappointment in some endeavor or with someone. It could even be a family member. Maybe a sibling made you feel really disappointed and you're like, wow, I just never thought you'd make me feel that way. I just feel like there's this energy of, maybe even a falling out, right? But also we started with reconciliation, so it doesn't have to be like a forever thing. Again, it could just be a period of needing to take a break from each other, but it's not indefinite. Now we also have box. You will receive a gift. Beautiful. So someone's going to want to give you a gift over the next year, especially for your birthday. Maybe you're just giving yourself a gift. Remember how I was saying earlier that you almost have this energy of, I never get myself anything nice. Why not get myself something nice now and just splurge? That's, I feel like, what's going on here with box. Now we also have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yes, it's going to take a lot of efforts, but you're going to get there and you're going to be very, very successful. Now we also have door. Yes, when one door closes, another one opens. I was going to say when one door opens, another one closes. So maybe that's you guys' energy as well. Maybe you're stepping into a new opportunity, and as you're doing that, your fake friends and your fair weather friends and people who weren't necessarily there for you for the right reasons, they're all leaving, right? But it says opportunities are waiting for you. So I feel like there's something that is right around the corner for you guys, and I feel like you've been suspecting it for quite a while, to be completely honest. Now we also have in closing wind chimes, peace and harmony. Beautiful. So I love that. I love that at the end of the year, you're really going to be feeling peaceful. You're really going to be feeling relaxed as well. And you're really going to have a brand new perspective and a brand new outlook going forward. And how beautiful is that? So I hope that you enjoyed this stack one. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you did. Also, make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Also, make sure to hit subscribe if you have not already, and press that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a brand new reading. Also, I will be leaving all of my links down below in the description box for my Tumblr page, for my TikTok, all of those different links that I have. Also, I'm going to be uploading some crafts and stuff that I make for sale on my Etsy soon. I make rune sets and also jewelry, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. But I hope that you're taking care of yourself and you're staying in good health, and I hope that I have the chance to see you in my next reading. Bye, Stack One! Hello to everyone who picked Stack 2. Let's get right into your reading and see where will you be a year from now. So right off the bat, I love the fact that you chose the blue ornament. I definitely feel like you guys are focusing on your emotions. You're really understanding your emotions a little bit more as well. You're really kind of focusing in on your sensitivities, on your sentimentality. I feel like for a lot of you guys as well, you're really starting to have an element of self-love and self-trust. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have felt also drawn to Stack 1. If not, definitely just keep watching this, but I also feel like after this, watch Stack 1, why not? But going forward, I definitely feel like you're having a little bit of a standstill as well. When I see the color blue, it kind of reminds me of Elsa, and it makes me think about how she had kind of a hard time really developing her powers and really coming to terms with who she was personally, right? So maybe some of you guys are really coming to terms with who it is that you are, who it is that you want to be, and what it is that you want to contribute to the rest of the world going forward, right? Some of you guys are trying to figure out your brand, so to speak, or try to come up with some sort of thing that is unique to you, something that is very specific and very personal. And Spirit is saying, don't stress it too much. The answers will come when the time is right. But in the meantime, keep loving yourself, keep working with affirmations as well. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're maybe even manifesting a brand new partnership but for a lot of you guys, I feel like Spirit is saying, now is the time to just focus on yourself. Now is the time to be focusing on your studies, on your career. For a lot of you guys, I feel like you're getting more involved in regards to your spirituality as well. You're getting more involved in your religion. And how awesome is that? For a lot of you guys, you might also be working with your patron god or goddess a little bit more too. But going forward with this clear quartz crystal, whenever we see a clear quartz, we think about the fact that they are an amplifier crystal. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. And Spirit wants you to also remember that in everyday life as well. And I also want to kind of recommend getting some clear quartz too and wearing it on you. I feel like this will be a really wonderful way to have your affirmations become that much more powerful as well. But I also feel like this is going to be a really wonderful year for being very transparent about about who it is that you are. For others of you, maybe you're really understanding who it is that you are on a spiritual level, or maybe you're really understanding who it is that you are, in this lifetime. Maybe you're understanding your gender, you're understanding your sexual preferences, or you're understanding, those details that go into making each one of us unique and making each one of us our own person, right? So you're really understanding what goes into you and just kind of looking at everything objectively. And how beautiful is that? So going on to your first card, this is going to be your Which is Familiar card. And this is talking all about if we could sum up your next year into one rune, what would it be? So we have Isa. Okay, so this is a really awesome card. It represents ice and snow, almost like Elsa. Wow. Okay, so again, I feel like this is going to be a really wonderful period of time where you're reflecting, where you're going inward, where you're really understanding what it is that you want in life, where it is that you're going as well. I feel like you really have a very firm understanding of who it is that you want to become too. Maybe some of you guys are going to school for nursing, or for maybe to be a doctor. Maybe you're literally going for a doctorate in science as well. But I just feel like there's this energy of really finally understanding what it is that you want. But for a while, I feel like a lot of you guys, it has been a little bit of a painful process to have to embrace yourself, to have to love yourself and care for yourself, to be more compassionate to yourself. And I feel as if Spirit is saying we are going to put you in a little bit of a stagnation period over the next year, just in order to kind of insulate you from the rest of the cold of the world, right? I guess would be the best way to put it. I feel like Spirit is saying we want to protect you from the harshness and the bitterness of other people or of other perspectives that don't align with you. And how beautiful is that? But again, Isa is also just talking about learning your lessons, and really understanding what it is that you want going forward, and really loving yourself as well. Isa is all about self-love. It's about self-care, and it's about self-perseverance as well. I feel like you're really starting to maybe even try to preserve your energy a little bit more. You're working smarter and not harder. And how awesome is that? I'm so proud of you guys. So going on to your next card, this is going to be your Foxfire Kitsune card. And we have number 13, Fleeting Beauty. Beautiful. So again, I feel like you're really focusing on your studies. You're really focusing on what it is that you want, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're really understanding like beauty isn't something that is forever, but knowledge is, right? And the love for yourself also is something that is going to last you the rest of your lifetime. And how beautiful is that? Now, also the number 13 would be the number 4. This reminds us of stability, of firm foundations, of having that solid footing, right? Even in the slipperiest of conditions, you are able to hold on and stand there just fine. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we also have the Hanged Man show up within this stack, just because of Isa and the bat sort of an energy here, where I just feel like it's going to be a really wonderful period of taking care of yourself, having self-care time, and really reflecting, right? I like to see the Hanged Man as well in traditional tarot as someone who was put in the tree because the universe was like, okay, you have been doing too much. You have been focusing on things that, realistically don't matter to your life path. You're just focusing on other things for other people. We want you to start focusing on your life. So it's almost as if you reach these blockages or you reach a plateau, and Spirit is saying, good, now sit here and think about it for a while, right? And I feel like that's kind of the energy that we have here for you guys over the next year. But with Fleeting Beauty, I definitely feel like there's this energy of just really loving yourself and really loving the fact that you are so intelligent and someone who has a lot of knowledge. Maybe you're just researching things a lot more as well. Maybe you're wanting to become like a part-time paleontologist or something. I don't know. There's just this energy of wanting to put yourself out there, maybe even wanting to become a botanist. But I definitely feel like for some of you guys, you're just really focusing on your passions and your hobbies and things that make you feel good, things that really light that fire from underneath you and make you feel very passionate, right? So going forward onto your Secrets of the Mystic Grove card, we have number 7, Trust. Overcoming fear, intentions, and having faith. Again, trusting in the universe, surrendering and letting go, understanding that, things are going to work out, even if you reach a little bit of a period of stagnancy or, feeling as if things aren't going fast enough. Spirit is saying they are going in regards to divine timing, that this is all happening the way that it's supposed to, and in the kind of timeline that it's supposed to as well. It could even be that for some of you guys, you're going to be receiving a lot of messages over the next year as well. For some of you guys, you might also be getting pregnant. That's only going to be a select few of you guys. Or if you are a male, maybe you're going to be getting someone pregnant. But with number 7, this is talking all about, being unique to yourself and making sure that everything that you do aligns with your inner integrity and that inner knowingness of what is correct for you. Now, also, I love the number 7 because with the number 7, it's the number 5 plus the number 2, right? So the number 5 talks about transformation and metamorphosis and change and really stepping into a brand new perspective or a brand new opportunity. And then when you get to the number 2, it's almost like after you've committed to this change, after you've committed to a brand new lifestyle or a brand new point of view or way of being, with this Isa, you're really then deciding, am I going to keep going the way that I was previous? Am I going to go the way that everyone else is going, or am I going to go the less beaten path? Am I going to go the way that I have to roll up my sleeves and get a little bit of elbow grease in there, but it's going to be more fulfilling overall, right? So it's kind of like you're weighing your options and you're saying to yourself, no, I'm going to really ride it out. I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to do things in a way that makes sense to me. And over the next year, it's almost as if you are saying to yourself, that's fine if other people don't understand because I'm really focusing on myself. And you're overcoming fear. You're overcoming this fear of failure. For a lot of you guys, it's almost as if you have put yourself into a standstill as well. Spirit keeps saying that choosing to do nothing is still choosing, right? And I definitely feel like with that regard, I feel like Spirit is saying there is no wrong or right thing to do. But I feel like you have been maybe putting things off or procrastinating because of fear or because of worry of failure. For some of you guys, there's almost this energy of, if I don't give 100%, then when I fail, it won't be as damaging or it won't be as traumatic because I can at least say, well, I wasn't even trying. It wasn't even a big deal for me, right? But Spirit is saying, drop that kind of facade that you need to be winning all the time. Sometimes the small losses, really do add up to the big victories, right? So remember that going forward. But also with intentions and having faith going forward, trusting again that everything's going to work out the way that it's supposed to. Also with intentions, again, aligning your intentions with your own inner integrity with the number 7. The number 7 I also associate with indigo children as well. So you're really stepping into your energy of becoming a natural born leader. And I really feel like you're going to be inspiring a lot of people. Maybe a lot of friends are going to be contacting you over this next little bit of time. And you're going to be helping them. But it's really interesting because it's almost as if where with stack 1, people are coming and, they're not really talking. I feel like with you guys, it's more people are coming, you guys are talking, you're helping them, but then they're kind of going off on their way after you've helped them. So with this fleeting beauty, it's almost as if people come into your life for fleeting moments and then they're gone again and you're just sort of like, oh, okay, like, what do I do now? So Spirit is really saying, have fun, trust these people, talk to these people, but at the same time, overcome your fears of failure and go towards your career or go towards those new perspectives or these new studies. Maybe some of you guys want to study gourds or something, I don't know, but there's definitely this energy of going towards things that really enlighten you and really inspire you as well. Also, I feel like with trust, it talks about trusting yourself, especially during a time of trial or tribulation or a time of feeling iced out from the rest of the world. For some of you guys, maybe you're going to be living somewhere that's going to have a lot of winter storms as well, or maybe even just severe weather in general over the next year. And I feel like that's something that is also, maybe you're going to be overcoming fear in regards to that. It's almost as if when this happens, you're going to be stepping into this level of courageousness and bravery, and everyone's going to be so amazed by you, right? It's almost as if you go from this fleeting beauty into someone who is an absolute warrior over the next year, and how awesome. But keep having faith. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, right? See how he's holding on there? But going on to your next few cards, these are going to be the focus of your next year, and we have Nightmare. So again, I feel like you have a lot of fear here. You have a lot of worry, or maybe even a lot of self-doubt as well. And Spirit is saying, take a step away from that, especially with Tear here. Give yourself a little bit more justice, or a little bit more credit where credit is due. You're someone who is strong. You're someone who is brave. You're someone who is courageous, and you're someone who can take on anything, but we also have reconciliation, forgiveness, mildness, and kindness. So again, I feel like everyone that comes your way, you're really going to be offering an open, active audience. You're really going to be offering that shoulder to cry on. But at the same time, I don't know if you're going to have that sort of same camaraderie this year. And it's not to say that people are just going to be like not interested in hearing your problems, but I feel like it's more this energy of you really having to go off and you really kind of figuring out how to process all of this on your own time and, you know, kind of in your own way of being as well, if that makes sense. But with Nightmare, again, I feel like there's this fear. Maybe some of you guys are going to experience a little bit of sleepless nights over the next year, but I feel like it's something that's only like a little period of time. Like it's not something that's going to last a long time. I feel like it's something that's going to be over, you know, quite quick. But at the same time, you know, I feel like it's something that's very stressful at the time because you feel very foggy, you feel very muddled. But I definitely feel like Spirit is saying, you know, as you've reached this plateau or as you've kind of reached this period of, you know, feeling at a standstill, you know that divine justice is coming your way. Know that good things are coming your way as well. It could also be with this Nightmare, you know, maybe you're scared of conflict. Maybe some of you guys are scared to even put your foot down with certain people because you're scared of conflict. You're scared that someone's going to, you know, say something really rude. Maybe you guys are very sensitive and sentimental, especially since I picked up on that originally with this blue ornament. You know, so I feel like, you know, maybe over the next year, this is going to be just a time where you feel very sensitive and very soft. Spirit keeps showing me a hermit crab, you know, out of its shell that is just molted, and it's soft and pink and squishy, but at the same time it's painful because it just had to shed its old skin. And I feel like that's kind of your energy over the next year. And I feel like also with Balder here, it says forgiveness, mildness, and kindness. You know, showing kindness to yourself, showing forgiveness to yourself, and mildness as well, and really dropping ego. I really feel like that's going to be a really big thing over the next year. Now, it's not to say like you're going to have a big ego death, but I feel like you're going to just have a healthier outlook in general, right? And I feel like almost with reconciliation, like you're having a reconciliation with yourself, and you're kind of coming to terms with, okay, well, I'm really happy with the way things are, and I'm really happy with my life, right? You know, maybe you're really coming to an understanding that even in a standstill, things aren't really so bad, right? So going on to your next two cards, these are your Angels and Ancestors cards, and these are talking all about overall energies that are happening over the next year. So we have Spring and Spirit Fox. Beautiful. So right off the bat with Spring, see your seeds grow. Some of you guys might have birthdays in the spring. Maybe for others of you guys, you're really starting to see a lot of abundance in springtime as well. For a lot of you guys also with spring, I feel like you're springing into action. You're really leaping into a brand new cycle because it's almost as if after this period of stagnancy, maybe even for the first half of the year, like the first 6 months, you're finally like, I'm done doing this. I'm done waiting around. I'm finally able to kind of get out and just kind of go with the flow and just kind of put myself out there. So you're really hopping into a brand new opportunity and feeling very excited about it. You know, and you're really excited about seeing your seeds grow, watching your business grow as well. For those of you that are opening businesses, I honestly feel like those of you that picked this stack, maybe that's even why you had this period of feeling frozen in time, because maybe you were just finishing and finalizing all of the final paperwork that had to be done. Maybe you're opening a new location of a chain. You know, maybe you're opening as well an ice cream shop or a taco stand. I don't know. There's just this energy of you opening something. Maybe you're going to have a Dippin' Dots cart. Oh my gosh, I love Dippin' Dots. But I definitely feel like there's this energy of making a big investment in yourself and in your future through this career opportunity, or through maybe even an at-home business. Maybe some of you guys are at-home bakers. Maybe some of you guys do cake decorating. Maybe some of you guys do those kind of smash chocolates as well. Maybe some of you guys, during the pandemic, maybe your regular career, you saw a little bit of a lack of hours or a cutback, and now you're starting to really trust your talent, because especially with Spirit Fox, it says trust your talents in changing times. So it's almost as if you had to adapt to this pandemic and you had to adapt to a brand new way of being, but it's something that you're doing so beautifully, Stack 2. So going on to your next two cards, these are your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking all about your overall energy in the next year if we could sum it up. So we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so with the Nine of Pentacles, again, you're really starting to focus on your own independence. You're really taking care of yourself. You're focusing on that money. But I definitely feel like you're really focusing on your finances. You're focusing on your time. You're really understanding that it's important where you put your time as well. So I feel like you're only hanging out with those that are really important to you. But with the Six of Cups, it's almost like this energy of the more the merrier. I feel like over the next year, especially when you're feeling a little bit stagnant, a lot of people, are really going to come forward and you're really going to have a good time. But again, Spirit is saying, after everyone has kind of gone home and after the party is over, remember that you are still your best friend as well and that you are never alone. Because I feel like maybe some of you guys that picked this stack, maybe there's this energy of feeling a little bit lonely after everyone has left, especially if you live alone or if you're someone who maybe rents your own apartment. I just feel like there's this energy of remembering that you can be your own best friend as well. And it's all about just filling the hours, right? And I feel like that's something that you're going to be doing is really kind of focusing on time management and how to get the most out of your day. And how awesome is that? It could even be that maybe your best friend wants to travel to you over this next time period as well. So some of you guys might literally be traveling to see your friends, and maybe that's also something that coming back home, maybe it's a little bit sad or it's a little bit kind of unnerving, especially if you're in a long distance relationship. But I definitely feel like Spirit is saying, allow yourself to really be proud of all that you've achieved and to be proud of your career as well. Also, really quick, before we go on to your next few cards, the Nine of Pentacles, nines are always wish fulfillments, right? So it's almost as if a wish is being fulfilled and a wish is being granted in regards to your career. But going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Game of Thrones tarot cards, and these are talking all about the overall energy of the next year, how you're going to be feeling. So wow, we have the Nine of Cups starting us off. I love that we start out with a 9 both times. We have Temperance in reverse. Yeah, feeling a little bit impatient, feeling like you want things to just kind of rev up and kind of jump into action. Because again, with spring, you're wanting to take that leap, you're wanting to make that leap of faith as well. But at the same time, things are kind of dragging forward. We also have the Emperor, Death, the Six of Cups, and the Eight of Coins. Beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat with the Nine of Cups, you're really learning to fill your own cups. You're having that wish fulfillment in regards to emotional fulfillment as well. You're emotionally fulfilling yourself. You're feeling very excitable. I definitely feel like there's this energy again of seeing yourself as your own best friend over the next year, especially when it comes to your studies. I feel like a lot of you guys that pick this pile, maybe you're really kind of hard on yourself. Maybe you're notoriously hard on yourself as well. Maybe that's something that your friends and family members have said to you in the past, like, I really wish you weren't as hard on yourself, Rebecca. But it's something that you just found yourself doing regardless. But now you're really starting to have a better outlook and a better understanding. You're really starting to feel better about yourself. You're feeling comfortable. You're feeling confident. You're feeling confident in your own skin as well. It's almost as if with the Emperor too, after this period of stagnancy and after this period of having to remain patient, you're ready to show everyone just how much you have matured and just how grown you are, how independent you are as well. For some of you guys, I feel like after this standstill period, after finding out what it is that you want to go towards, what makes you happy, that's when you're kind of going forward with this divine masculine energy, feeling driven, dedicated, determined, and focused. You're really kind of putting pedal to the metal, if you will. But especially with Death, you're ready for a transformation. You're ready for a brand new beginning. You're ready to step into a brand new opportunity over the next year. So it's almost as if you're saying, I'm ready for a new way of being entirely. Now, going forward with the Six of Cups and the Eight of Coins, again, 2 Six of Cups. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. Whoa. Okay, so 2 Six of Cups. Wow, I'm so excited I can barely even talk. So this again talks about camaraderie. It talks about soulmate relationships as well. It talks about homecoming. Maybe some of you guys are traveling back to home, especially if you are in a dorm or if you have been studying for college. I feel like you've really been missing your friends and family members, and I feel like that's something that is long overdue. For others of you guys, maybe you are having a reconciliation with someone. person. For others, I just feel like you're going to have a really long talk with someone that you really care about. This could be, someone who also has very divine masculine energies as well. But I feel like this person is so excited to be able to talk to you again. It could even be someone that you haven't talked to in quite a long time. I don't feel like there was a falling out between you guys, but I just feel like life happened, right? I just feel like maybe you just kind of fell out of contact. But I feel like this is a very close friend, maybe even a childhood friend as well. But for some of you guys, it's just this kind of homecoming energy and having a good time, not taking things so seriously. But I just feel like you're kind of learning how to have a better perspective as well, how to see life as a gift, and I feel like that's really what you're focusing on, is to see the present as that, a gift from the universe. So with the 8 of Coins, this is talking all about working hard, focusing on your finances, taking care of business every day. Some of you guys are literally working 9 to 5, and you're really making a wonderful living this way, and I'm really proud of you guys. Again, it's almost as if after the party's over, you're focusing on your work, you're focusing on your abundance and on your coin. So it's almost as if when you get home from like a long trip as well, you feel really rejuvenated, you feel very happy, very excited, and that inspires you to get back to work, right? But again, I feel like for some of you guys, there's also this death of what everyone else wanted you to be or expected you to be, and you're really stepping into who it was that you were always meant to be. And how awesome is that? Again, maybe some of you guys are in the LGBTQ plus community, and maybe you're really starting to feel more comfortable just being yourself, right? And maybe that's also something that you're really starting to be proud of in your business as well. Maybe you do something along the lines of, maybe you are a drag queen, maybe you do drag shows. I love drag shows. I grew up in Key West, and oh my goodness, the drag queens are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just love them. But maybe you do something like that. Maybe there's this energy of, maybe you also want to run an LGBTQ plus community bakery, or maybe an energy of, wanting to just help out people, maybe even being a counselor for LGBTQ plus teens that are really struggling with having their own coming of age story and really feeling comfortable with who they are, right? I just feel like you're going to inspire a lot of people to feel comfortable in who they are through you accepting yourself. Remember how I was talking about Elsa earlier? And it was this energy of, her really coming to terms with the fact that she was a beautiful person and that she wasn't a monster. Especially in the Broadway musical, they really stressed the fact that she felt like a monster. She felt like, someone who was so terrible. And I feel like you guys are really coming to this understanding of, no, I'm someone who's beautiful, and I'm someone who is very gifted at the same time. And, if we were to think about maybe even the second Frozen movie as well, Elsa really does uplift 2 entire communities. She uplifts everyone that she kind of goes towards, and she really tries to make things right. And I feel like that's your energy, is that you're really giving back to your community just by being yourself and just by living your best life. So going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Yuval Moore Tarot cards, and these are going to be talking all about where you are in a year from now. So we have the 4 of Cups, okay, the Page of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and the Lovers card. Beautiful. Okay. So right off the bat, I definitely feel like for a lot of you guys, you are declining a love offer this year. Wow. Maybe that's even why you feel a little bit iced out. Maybe you feel a little bit, maybe guilty even, or a little bit sad that you had to deny someone, but it's something that you felt as if it wouldn't necessarily last, or maybe you just felt that you weren't ready for a relationship yet, right? Maybe it's as if someone is coming into your life and you're saying, hey, you are a perfect person. You're someone that I would love to be with, but I'm focusing on myself right now. Again, it kind of makes sense, especially with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. It's kind of like you're focusing on yourself, and people are like, you only need 1 more cup to make it the 10 of Cups. You want my cup? And you're like, I would really appreciate that, Laura. But it's a no from me, dog, right now, because I just can't do it. I feel like you have so many other foods on your plate, so to speak, almost as if you've bitten off off more than you can chew, and you're just sort of like, I don't want to have to juggle you with everything else that I'm doing. But I definitely feel like you're going to still watch this person's social media, and they're going to watch yours as well. For others of you, I feel like you're turning down a job opportunity. Maybe you're deciding that something just no longer serves you anymore, and you're deciding, hey, I'm not going to be focusing my intentions towards that anymore, or my energy. But with the Three of Cups and the Lovers card, again, I feel like you're taking a light-hearted approach towards your relationships. I feel like you're starting to say to people, like, I want to have a relationship when the time is right, but I'm not ready yet. Maybe you're saying, I still have so much more that I have to do in career, and I still have so much growth as well. And maybe that's something that Spirit kind of made you take a break from. Maybe you guys were used to kind of going on dates before the pandemic as well, and maybe over this period, Spirit has said, hey, we're keeping you from going on dates or going out and having a good time because we want you to focus on your career. We want you to focus on your spiritual studies. We want you to focus on contacting us more, right? So I just feel like there's this energy of, during this time, making your own happiness, finding your own happiness, and telling other people that too. And I feel like it's very respectful. I feel like you're going to say to this person, I really appreciate you and I really care about you, but I'm really focusing on myself right now. And how beautiful is that? Some of you guys are really going to be learning a new instrument as well. But also with the Lovers, again, LGBTQ plus, potentially, because this is the Lovers card with the two ladies. I love the waves in this card. It's just so beautiful the way that they did the water. But going forward, I also feel like you're starting to bring a softer approach to yourself and with your life path. And how amazing is that? So going forward onto your last few cards before we head on to your tea leaf tarot cards, these are going to be your Enchanted Tarot, and these are talking about closing messages. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Hearts, and the Hermit. Oh, wow. Okay, so again, that really does kind of align with what we were talking about earlier. You have a lot of love in your life. You have a lot of people that really do want to make a romantic offer on you. Maybe there's a lot of people that are watching your social media as well, and they're just sort of like, wow, I'd really love to be with Daniel. But I feel like at the same time, you're just kind of living your best life. Like, honestly, in the second movie, everyone thought that Elsa was going to get a partner. But at the end of the movie, she just kind of runs off into the woods and becomes one with the woods. And I feel like maybe that's you guys' energy, is that you're just sort of like, I don't have time for a relationship right now. I'm becoming one with the woods, and I feel like maybe that's something that's kind of driving you forward, is your own ambitions, right? As opposed to the relationship love or the romantic love that someone is trying to offer you. But with the Hermit, again, even though you're offered this love, you're really saying to yourself, I think I'm better by myself right now. And I feel like people are like just really respectful of that. They're like, yeah, okay, I understand. And the people that aren't respectful of that, they're not people that you would want in your life anyway, right? And you're gonna find better. These are people who aren't as aligned as you. These are people who aren't as enlightened as you either, So give them some time to catch up with you, because you're on your own path of enlightenment as well. It's up to them on if they want to catch up or not, but keep going forward, right? I can't say keep enough. I feel like Spirit is just kind of emphasizing it, like keep on keeping on, right? But also with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, again, what you put in is what you get out, especially with the Rose Quartz. I love that we have both of these confirmations. So make sure, not only one, to watch your intentions and watch the affirmations that you're saying, watch your words, because your words hold a lot of power, but also to kind of take notice of where you feel the most alive in your life. What passion or hobby really lights that fire from under you, because that's going to give you a good kind of guesstimation, I suppose would be the best way to put it, of where you should be focusing your energy and what you should be doing in regards to career. For some of you guys, you might also be going to school as a manicurist or someone who is a beautician. For others of you, maybe you go to school for beautician school or butology. I don't know, is it butology? I don't think so. But going forward, maybe you're someone who learns how to do hair and makeup and everything else, but you're like, I just want to open a little nail salon, right? And Spirit is saying that's something that you're going to accomplish over the next year. But Spirit is also saying, you know, maybe you're going to start with kind of bare bones at first, but it's something that's really going to evolve into something beautiful. And you're really going to be making a lot of money. Your harvest is going to come in, but in order to have that harvest come in, you have to plant the seeds first, right? Oh, and look at that. We're coming full circle, you guys. See your seeds grow. And this is literally the card of planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow, because in the Eight of Pentacles, you're finally at your harvest. Wow. Okay. So again, you know, setting those intentions. So going on to your tea leaf tarot cards, these are going to be talking about what is happening over the next year. So kind of the little details and the more specific details. Now we have Bo. You are highly thought of. Yes. Remember I was saying earlier that a lot of people really do love you and you have a lot of love in your life. You have a lot of people that would potentially want to have you as their partner as well. But you're really focusing on yourself. Now we also have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So again, remember how I said earlier that if this person doesn't respect your space, to just kind of, you know, not feel the need to have them in your life anymore, just respectfully kind of bow out. That's the Rooster. That's literally Rooster. So if this person shows you hostility, you know, don't feel the need that you have to write to this person. You don't owe them anything, right? You know, this person, I feel like, you know, maybe, I don't want to say they tear people down from time to time to make themselves feel better, but maybe that's the person that we're kind of dealing here with the Rooster, right? This is also someone who, you know, maybe even believes that they're a little bit better than others, and that's something that you're going to be like, yeah, okay, sure, right? But I feel like Spirit is also saying, don't try to pick a fight with this person. We also have Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yes, you're protected from this person. You know, Spirit knows, they already know. It's almost as if, you know, even before this person like stepped up on the scene, Spirit was like, I already know what you're all about. I already know what's going on here. And don't think that you're going to pull one over on my person that I'm watching. Not today. Now going forward, we also have Vulture, depression, anxiety, and worry that someone is against you. Yes, that's that Rooster person. You know, I feel like there's someone who is just kind of cutthroat. You know, it could be a boss as well. And maybe that's why you're focusing on your own kind of entrepreneurial energies. For others of you, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a partner. But I feel like this worry is really just your intuition being like, hey, watch this person a little bit more closely, right? And it's not to say like that this is someone terrible or horrible, but at the same time, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, in some way, maybe save yourself a world of heartbreak from just kind of having to deal with this person, right? For some of you guys, maybe this person is a narcissist, and I feel like that's kind of how they have learned to cope with their own traumas in life, right? When we think about narcissism, it comes from their own traumas that they've experienced, but it doesn't give them the excuse to be rude or to treat you that way, right? So don't feel the need to accept this person back into your life, or, you know, keep this person in your life either if they give you a hard time. We also have you will be taken care of in difficult times. Spirit is saying, don't worry, like we have your back first and foremost. And I feel like also karma is at work here, to be completely honest. We also have Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So maybe you're really connecting with your family, or maybe you're really wanting to start your own family as well. Now we also have Seahorse, family matters. Yeah, so, you know, two cards that are literally talking about family, focusing on family, you know, putting your family first as well. You know, maybe some of you guys also have to step up and take care of someone in your family. Maybe it's a grandmother, grandfather, maybe just a mother or father in general. But I just feel like there's someone in your life that is going to need a little bit of extra help, maybe even like a sister. But going forward, we also have Candle. You will be shown the way. Yes. And that's exactly the energy that we had with the Hermit card, right? It talks about lighting your own path and lighting your own way, especially with your intuition. You will be shown the way. Don't worry. Oh, love. So again, you're very, very loved. You're very highly thought of. You're very appreciated. We also have Cain, pay attention to your health. Yes. So I definitely feel like there could be a period of, you know, feeling a little bit sick, or maybe some of you guys are going to have a little bit of trouble with your sinuses is kind of what I'm feeling. It's either sinuses or maybe even thyroid problems. But Spirit is saying to make sure to kind of keep on top of that, right? If you're not feeling good, to make sure to go to the doctor, or, you know, maybe even just kind of reach out. Maybe you have like a nurse friend or something that you can write to, right? But going forward, we also have mountain, major challenge to overcome. Yeah, and I feel like it's potentially with this person. It could even be that you're coming out here and you're saying, "This is who I am. This is who I always was." And maybe this person is like, "No, that's not the person that I know you to be." And you're just sort of like, "Well, did you ever know me then? Was there ever a time that you knew me?" Right? And Spirit is saying, put up your boundaries. Don't feel like you have to keep kind of humoring people who are rude or that put you down or that put down your life purpose. Now we also have Rose. Romance is in the air. Yes, definitely a lot of love, a lot of romance. We also have Shark. Take care or there will be loss of material wealth. Okay, so definitely make sure to focus on your career though, especially during this period of time. It could also be that maybe someone at your work, maybe that's the person that you're not supposed to be crossing because maybe they want to take your job. Maybe they want to, maybe you have maybe there's a promotion at work that you've been trying to apply for, or maybe there's, maybe even a new position that you've been trying to apply for, and maybe someone is finding out that you want that position, and then they're going to apply for it and try to get it, right? So I feel like it's that sort of an underhanded energy. Now we also have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. This could be who also needs your help as well, or this could be who you kind of turn to for advice. It could be a grandfather or a great grandfather. Now we also have Peacock, beware of great pride again. Wow, and I feel like it's not really you guys, to be honest. I feel like it's this person because, again, it says an arrogant, boastful person, and I feel like that also kind of goes along the lines of pride, right? But also we have purse, pay attention to your finances. So again, I feel like Spirit is really saying make sure to be saving your money as well, be saving up for a rainy day because that's really important. We also have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. I feel like it's going to be this really rude person. And it could even be for some of you guys that maybe this isn't going to resonate with everyone. I feel like it's like 1% of you guys. But maybe you hear news that, someone who caused you a lot of trauma, someone in your family, maybe a father figure or a grandfather, maybe just someone in general that fits this older man description, maybe they are passing away and maybe there's this energy of having to, kind of work through your traumas that this person had, kind of put upon you, I suppose is the best way to put it. It's almost as if previous to this, it was really hard to process and it was really hard to grasp everything that happened. But upon hearing the news, it was as if you could, finally process it. And it was almost as if you could finally, maybe even rationalize that, none of that was something that ever should have happened, right? And I feel like also with that trauma, there's just this energy of healing as well. It doesn't even have to be a death. Again, I said that it would only resonate with like 1% of you guys. But for others of you guys, I feel like it's this person who's maybe very arrogant, maybe someone who's very pushy and is like, you're going to date me, you're going to be with me, you're going to marry me. And maybe when you decide like, hey, no, I don't want that, or I'm just focusing on myself right now, I just want to be friends, maybe this person is going to be like, okay, that's fine, I'm never talking to you again. But that's just kind of petty, right? But we also have turkey. Yes, someone is behaving stupidly. No, exactly. Instead of just kind of being like, all right, I'll give you your time, I'll give you your space, that's fine, I'll be here whenever you need me. This person instead gets mad and they take it personally. We also have Dark Man. This could be the person who's behaving stupidly. We also have, with Dark Man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So again, maybe that's someone that you're dealing with. Maybe that's a partner. Maybe that's someone who is maybe even a potential partner as well. Again, maybe a suitor. But we also have Vine. Seek out information that will help you. Yeah. For others of you, I feel like I really want to stress the fact that if you feel scared to call someone, right? It's okay to call the authorities. It's okay to call, maybe even a helpline, right? There's no shame in that. There's no shame in even saying like, I'm scared of this person, especially if this person maybe has narcissistic tendencies, really, don't feel guilty about leaving. Save yourself from this, right? I also feel like Spirit is saying, there's so many hotlines as well. And there's so many different programs that are out there, especially when it comes to people who are in abusive relationships or abusive abusive situations, maybe even narcissistic family members, right? Maybe abusive family members, and you're trying to get away from them. And Spirit is really saying, seek out information that will help you. If you need to go down to, the local help, or the local assistance and say, hey, I need help finding a house, or hey, I need help finding an apartment, or I need help getting groceries, or I need help, just being able to pay my water bill. Like, that's something you can do, right? And don't ever feel ashamed for doing that. There's also groups online where you can post and people will go on and will help, right? So never feel scared about asking for help. There's no shame in that. And throughout this reading, I felt this really antsy feeling, but I feel like, right, with Vine, it was almost as if I stopped feeling that antsy feeling. It's almost as if when you reach out and when you gain clarity and when you gain a different level of understanding, or when you gain help, that's when you're really going to have this clear clarity and this clear head. And how awesome is that? Now, we also have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yes, I definitely feel like you guys are cut out for a lot of success though, and you're going to have a lot of really wonderful kind of gifts coming your way. Maybe some of you guys are getting AirPods this year. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are investing in a fish tank. But we also have table, hard work ahead. Yeah, but there is going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of elbow grease. You are doing things a little bit differently. I know we talked about that earlier as well. The fact that you are having to go forward and kind of fulfill your own cup and to make that coin by yourself. But it is funny, the fact that we have all of this, about someone who's really rude or really kind of ruthless. And then here we have forgiveness, mildness, and kindness. So even then, I feel like you're staying within your humanity and you're offering this person still kindness and forgiveness. And it's not to say that you would trust this person again, but it's to say that you've forgiven them and you're no longer going to hold the anger or the trauma or the hurt from this person, right? Because I feel like for some of you guys, there's almost this understanding of, this person wants me to feel that way. This person wants me to be held back in that regard, right? So going forward, we also have Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, this whole period of the next year is going to be a trial, right? It's going to be a journey. It's going to be one where you're going to have to climb a mountain, and sometimes it's going to literally feel as if you are having to push your carriage up a steep incline, right? But it's still one that is going to pay off, because when you finally get out of that stagnation period, when you finally get to the top of the mountain, it's smooth sailing down the other side, right? So I just feel like that's sort of the energy that we have here. So we also have, family wishes come true. Yes, beautiful. So maybe that's why we also have such an emphasis on family, is that, a lot of people are going to be having a very good family and home life over the next year. Now we also have Vase, secret admirer. Yes, you have a lot of secret admirers. So I don't feel like it's just one. I feel like it's maybe like 5 people, to be honest. Some of you might even be like, I don't even know 5 people, DarlingDTarot. How does 5 people like me? But I just feel like there's a lot of people. I feel like it's just like you passing people like in the subway or just at the store, and people look at you and they're like, wow, but I just feel like you really catch people's eyes, especially over the next year. Frying pan in closing is our last card, and it says trouble and accusations. So again, I feel like there is going to be some accusations. There is going to be a little bit of hardship in regards to a relationship with someone, or a connection, or a friendship. But I really feel like at the end of the day, you're going to move forward from this, and it's not going to be something that was as big as you originally thought, right? Maybe even listening to this reading, you're getting a little bit nervous, and Spirit is saying, whatever you're thinking it's going to end up like, it's not. It's going to be a lot better, right? So don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a little bit stressful when you get to this period in life over the next year. But remember that it's just this year, and after that, it's smooth sailing. I honestly feel like this is a year that is going to set you up for the next 5 years, to be honest, or 6 years, or 7 years, or 8 years, however long. I just feel like this is the period where you're really stepping into your own, and you're really standing in your own integrity. And how awesome is that, stack too? Woohoo! So definitely let me know in the comments down below if this resonated and if you enjoyed this. Also, make sure sure to press like if you love this reading. Also, make sure to press subscribe if you have not already, and make sure to press that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a brand new reading. And I hope that I have the opportunity to read for you again. Oh, also, I will be leaving all of my links in the description box down below for my Tumblr, for my I don't know, everything, I guess. I'll just leave all my links down there. And also I will be leaving links to obviously the foundation that I really, really love, and I hope that you guys will consider donating too. But yeah, definitely, I hope that you guys are doing amazing though. Make sure to check out my links, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Stack 2! Hello to everyone who picked Stack 3. Let's get right into your reading and see what is your life going to be looking like in a year from now. So right off the bat, I love the fact that you chose the Peacock Ornament. I definitely feel like you guys have been a phoenix rising for quite a while, that you are someone who is a self-starter. You're someone who has an amazing story behind you as well. Maybe your story is one of many trials and tribulations, many challenges, but you have always overcome them so brilliantly and so courageously, and Spirit is very proud of you for that. I feel as if you are going to be gifted something very important to your life path within the next year, and it's something that's going to be setting you up for the next 5 or 6, maybe even 10 years to come, maybe even the rest of your lifetime, right? For some of you guys, it's going to be a new career opportunity. For others of you guys, I feel like you're manifesting in a partnership. You're manifesting in, maybe a union, someone who is just as grown as you, someone who is just as healthy and beneficial as you, someone who is going to add to your life as opposed to just take from it. Because maybe those of you that pick this pile, you're used to being with people who have just been taking and taking and taking, and finally you're starting to look objectively at the cycle and say, no, I'm putting boundaries down for myself now, and I'm not settling for less. It could even be that in the past maybe you saw red flags, but you decided, I'm just gonna kind of play it out and kind of play it safe and just see what happens, and then by like maybe a few months later you're like, man, I should have really listened to my intuition and trusted those red flags. So I feel like over the next year, when you meet new people, it's going to be this energy of trusting them immediately when they show you their true colors and not trying to repaint them into something that they're not. I also feel like for a lot of you guys, you're in this energy of, it's called dating for a reason, right? So it's not like you go on one date with someone and then you have to be tied down for the rest of your lives. No, it's kind of like going to a shoe store and trying on many different shoes. You're not going to just buy the first pair of shoes that you see without trying them on. That would be a little bit silly. Maybe they don't even have them in your size, right? So it's the same thing with dating. And I feel like a lot of you guys are having a more healthy perspective about it as well. Because for some of you guys, maybe there was this energy of codependency as well, and you've really healed from that. You've really healed from past trauma as well. And now you're stepping into this energy of being able to accept a very healthy and a very beneficial relationship coming your way. And how beautiful is that? For a lot of you guys, though, allow yourself to be vulnerable with others. Allow yourself to let the guard down and to be unconditionally loving, right? But also show that unconditional love to yourself. I feel like that's incredibly important over the next year. I also feel like you're going to have your head in the clouds a little bit, especially since this crystal reminds me of clouds, and that's a really wonderful thing to do. I feel like it's going to inspire you to be more creative. I feel like you're really going to be focused on your artistic side and on your talents as well, on your hobbies. And that might also be how you meet this person. Maybe some of you guys are rock hounders. Maybe you're people who like to go on hikes. Maybe you're someone who, maybe even likes to go to movie premieres. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be an opportunity to meet someone over the next year. Of course, there is still a pandemic, but I definitely feel like there's this energy of just kind of meeting new people and really kind of playing the field, right? Seeing your options, and how beautiful is that? But also being very imaginative, creative, and very in touch with your inner child. So going forward onto your first card, this is your Witch's Familiar Rune card, and this is talking about the overall focus of the next year. So we have Gebo. Okay, so this is a really awesome card, and this definitely specifies what I was talking about with the partnership vibe that I was getting earlier with this pink peacock, right? Because Gebo is talking all about partnerships. It talks about union. It talks about loyalty as well, and finding someone who is going to be your forever mate, someone who is going to be your ride or die, right? This is going to be a really important and really incredible union, especially in regards to your life path. I feel like the two of you guys have a lot of karma that you have to heal in this lifetime, but it's not bad karma, right? I feel like the two of you guys maybe had unfinished business from a previous lifetime where the two of you guys couldn't be together for societal norms or religious expectations, or maybe even with societal norms, maybe one of you guys had a little bit more money and had a little bit better social standings than the other, right? So I just feel like there was some form of blockage or some form of stepping stone that just couldn't be crossed, right? I guess would be the best way to put it, because Spirit keeps showing me this river, and it's almost as if you have just enough rocks to be able to jump to the other side, but right in the middle of the river, like right as you get out into the middle of it, into the thick of things, there's this big gap, right? So it's almost as if it was so close, but it was also unobtainable, because the water was so fast and the current was so fast that if you even tried, you would get swept up in it and there would be no way of coming back. So I just feel like there was this energy of maybe even ending things very amicably in a past life. Maybe the two of you guys decided to just kind of, leave it at that, of we'll meet up again one day together in another lifetime. And that's where this lifetime comes in, right? But it's very romantic. It kind of gives me Great Gatsby vibes of someone just loving another person so unconditionally and for so long as well. For some of you guys, this could be someone that you already know. For others, this is a brand new person. Again, you're out there playing the field. You're seeing what you want. Gable also talks about a brand new relationship that's coming into your life. So I definitely feel like that's something to be very, very excited about. But I also feel like you're having this understanding of what it is that you want in regards to a relationship. You're understanding what it is that you want in regards to a partner as well. And you're really taking an objective look at partnerships and saying, okay, well, this is what I thought that I wanted in the past, but I actually want A, B, and C, right? So it's almost as if you're making a list for the universe and you're putting it in. For a lot of you guys, you're manifesting your partner as well. You're working closely with the law of attraction. You might also be working with binaurals or subliminals in order to bring in your twin flame or your soulmate, and it's definitely working. This might be someone who has a tattoo of a flower on them as well. Now, going forward, we also have number 42, Shadow Dancer, for your Foxfire Kitsune card. And Shadow Dancer is a really, really amazing card because it talks about being at one with your spiritual side while also living in your alive side, right? Or your human, your 3D side, connecting the 3D with the 5D. This is also talking about connecting your past life with your current life. And I just find that so interesting, considering we were just talking about your past life connection with this person. Now, with the number 42, this talks about the number 6. It talks about generosity, abundance as well. So you're going to be faced with a lot of abundance in regards to love this year. A lot of, maybe even romantic offers in general. Maybe a lot of suitors are coming your way. And it's going to be up to you to make the decision on if you want to humor any of them. And for some of you guys, I feel like it's going to be very stressful, but that's where your intuition comes in. Make sure to trust yourself and trust your intuition. Trust that gut feeling, because it is so, so important, right? For others of you, I feel like you're getting dressed up just to get dressed up as well. You're getting up in the morning and taking care of yourself. You're really putting your best foot forward. For others of you, maybe you're getting hair extensions. Maybe you're getting nail extensions. Maybe you're going to the gym. Maybe you are buying brand new clothes for yourself as well. I just feel like there's this energy of really expressing yourself through the clothes that you wear and through your outward through your outward appearance. There we go. But I was going to say as well that I feel like your experience in regards to love in the past hasn't always been the best, but you're slowly healing it, right? It's almost as if you're slowly warming up to love again. And how awesome is that? But again, I feel like you're staying very cautious though. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like it's really wonderful to kind of approach an opportunity or a situation, with a little bit of hesitancy or with a little bit of cautiousness, just to kind of stay alert. But I feel like Spirit is also asking you to be a little bit warm with these people as well, to be vulnerable, to let people in. It's okay to be cautious, but make sure that you are being personable as well when you meet these people, right? Now, also with Shadow Dancer and with the number 6, I also want to say that you're someone who is really good at reading a room, and you're also someone who's really good at knowing when to react at certain things or what sort of emotion to put forward to the table. And maybe that's something that you don't necessarily feel like you are, but I also want to clarify that you're also someone who has a really good sense of humor, and you're someone who easily could be a comedian. You make everyone feel very wanted, feel very comfortable, and feel very happy, and make them laugh a lot as well. And I feel like for some of you guys, maybe there's this hesitancy about getting back into the dating field because you're like, what do I even talk about? What do I make jokes on? But it will come to you, I promise. I feel like as soon as you get into the situation with this person, you're going to be able to instantaneously have a conversation with anyone you meet over the next year. So going forward onto your next card, this is your Secrets of the Mystic Grove Oracle card, and this is talking about the overall energy of the next year. So we have number 32, the key. Yes, mystery, moving forward, and knowledge. So like 5 and then 6, beautiful. So that is talking all about, again, pacing yourself one step at a time, taking your time, not having to just jump right into a relationship, not having to immediately commit to someone or something, taking your time, having a little bit of fun, having that test drive, right? Now with the number 32 being the number 5, though, it talks about changes coming into your life and metamorphosis, growth, transformation, and I feel like it's going to bring a really healthy partnership into your life. There's literally a key being offered to you, and it's going to unlock so many different levels of success and opportunities as well. It's almost as if once this partnership comes in, there's going to be more opportunities in regards to career as well, in regards to schooling, in regards to your intelligence in general, maybe your knowledge pursuits. Maybe you're someone who wants to go back to school, and maybe you've been feeling at a little bit of a plateau, and when this person comes in, you're going to feel inspired again. You're going to feel excited. You're going to feel as if everything is falling into place, right? So definitely going forward, I feel like you're feeling as if everything's falling into place like puzzle pieces. Now, we also have mystery and knowledge. So again, you're expanding your knowledge over the next year of what it is that you want, especially pertaining to a partnership. But there is a little bit of mystery in regards to who it is that's coming into your life, right? So going forward onto your next few cards, these are going to be the overall focus of the next year. So we have feminine intellect. So some of you guys are really focusing on your divine feminine aspects, being more nurturing, being caring, being open, being vulnerable as well. I love that we were just talking about vulnerability and needing to allow others to come into your life, right? And that's what feminine intellect is all about. We also have the crafty meat of poetry. Some of you guys are reading more poetry books. I also feel like there's this energy of just, really focusing on reading in general, reading literature, reading books, reading novels. Maybe even you have a Kindle. For some of you guys, you might even be writing poetry as well, which is very, very awesome. Now, before we go forward, I do want to say that with Shadow Dancer, it also reminds me of the goddess Hel. So maybe some of you guys are Rokatru that are watching this. For others of you guys, I feel like maybe you're just connecting with that goddess over the next year. She is a really wonderful goddess to work with. She is someone that is going to help you transform your life and understand yourself. It's almost as if there's going to be a deeper level of understanding that comes from working with this goddess. But I feel like that's also something that maybe you're going to gain more knowledge on going forward. Maybe your partner is also someone who is into Norse mythology or someone who worships goddess Hel. But going forward, look at that. Whoa, we have goddess Hel. Ruler of fears. I love her. I love her. She is one of the goddesses that I actually have a candle dedicated to on my altar at all times. She is so incredible. She is all about transformation. She is all about brand new opportunities for herself and feeling more comfortable with being close to the veil and being close to our mediumship skills as well. So some of you guys might even be tapping into your intuitive side in regards to getting messages from your past loved ones. And how awesome is that? But it says ruler of fears. So again, you might be a little bit scared or a little bit intimidated about putting yourself out there and going on dates again. And it's funny because as soon as I got into this pile as well, or this stack, I felt this overwhelming sense of, oh my goodness, what's going to be happening? Like what's coming my way? It's almost this antsy feeling. And I feel like that's how you're going to be on edge the rest of the year, right? And Goddess Hel is asking you not to have that. Instead, transmutate that into excitement and into happiness. Wow, we also have Mimir as well. And this says advisor, counsel, and omniscient. So, wow, going forward, I definitely feel like you're going to be an advisor to quite a few people. Maybe even you're going to seek out different people in regards to where it is that maybe you should be meeting new people. Maybe someone wants to literally set you up, like with their son or daughter. Or maybe someone's like, I have a friend that you would be really amazing with. You both are Marvel fans. Maybe you'd want to be together. And I feel like maybe there's this energy of even going on double dates as well. But going forward, I definitely feel like you have this elevated authority about you going forward to where you can make a really good decision for yourself, and other people are being very inspired by that. Now, we also have Sif, Earth, Fertility, and Family. Beautiful. So again, you're focusing on family, you're focusing on your home life, and you're also focusing on starting your own family. For some of you guys, you want to have children. Maybe you want to have a lot of animals or fur babies, scale babies. Maybe you want to have a lot of feather babies. babies with your future partner, but there's just this energy of wanting to have a nice house and a nice home. But again, with Sif, taking care of yourself, really going the extra mile in regards to your looks and in regards to your appearance as well. For others of you, I feel like you're really getting in touch with your more earthy side. You're getting out in nature more. You're hiking. Maybe you're taking long walks at night as well. And that's going to be able to give you a clearer head. And maybe some of you guys are also going to meet your future partner while you're walking. Maybe they have a dog. Maybe you have a dog, and maybe they get like their leashes entwined or something. And that's how you guys meet and start talking. Like, I don't know. It's just going to be such happenstance when you meet this person. And it's going to be so out of left field as well. So going forward onto your next few cards, these are your angels and ancestors cards. And these are talking more about what your focus is over the next year. So we have shaman, trust in higher forces. Again, you are definitely trusting that your ancestors have your back, that your ancestors are watching over you, and so are your spirit guides, so are your patron gods and goddesses. Everyone is looking after you. I feel like you really have a big spiritual team, stack 3, and there's nothing to be scared of, right? Yes, protection guardian, drop your shields. It's okay to be vulnerable because we're watching you. We're protecting you. Wow, I love that confirmation of everything that we just talked about. Again, Oracle, wait for important information. Yeah, you're definitely going to be taking your time, really staying cautious, really staying on top of things before you make the decision to settle down with someone. And we also have medicine guardian, be open to healing information. Remember how I was saying earlier that you might seek someone out for counsel? This could be someone who's maybe a nurse, maybe a doctor, maybe even a friend or family member that works in the medical industry. Maybe for some of you guys as well, you and your friend like to play sports together, or you have a friend that plays soccer, and maybe this is someone who's also going to be giving you a lot of good advice or a lot of good wisdom. For others of you, you might have piercings. You might have lip piercings, a nose piercing, maybe even multiple ear piercings as well. And I feel like that's something you're going to get a lot of compliments over for the next year. Regardless of gender, I definitely feel like you have a little bit of longer hair. Every card that we've gotten so far has been talking about long hair. Even masculine energy is very long hair. And if it's not really, really long hair, then I just feel like it's kind of curly-ish hair that gives off the appearance that it could be potentially very long as well, for the masculine energies. But going forward, I definitely feel like as well, you're kind of tapping into your own healing qualities. Maybe you're going to school to be a CNA, or you're going to school to be maybe a nurse or a midwife. I don't know. There's just this energy of being very connected with the medical field. But going forward, I also feel like a lot of you guys are going to be receiving a lot of healing from spirit and a lot of downloads from spirit as well in regards to what is coming your way. Now, we also have for your animal totem tarot cards in regards to how you will be feeling a year from now, the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Yes, so you're feeling very logical. You're feeling very excited. You're someone who feels very on top of things as well. You know your worth. You know that you're not going to settle for less. And how awesome is that? You know that you are not just a snack. You are the whole buffet. You are someone who is every meal combined. I feel like you guys are just feeling so powerful and so on top of things. You're feeling very on top of things at work, in your home life, and that's why you're really excited about putting yourself out there. Now, also with the Knight of Wands, again, this is player type energy, so you're really playing the field. You're really putting yourself out there, and you're really saying, hey, I'm just gonna see where all of these relationships or all of these dates or all of these hangouts just kind of lead me, right? You're really having fun with it, and how awesome is that? I really feel like you're not taking things too seriously, which is very funny because the King of Swords, I usually see it as someone who is taking things seriously, but paired with the Knight of Wands, it's almost like you know when to be serious. And, especially when it comes to your relationships, you're no longer doing that. You're no longer seeing it as a life or death situation of, well, if I don't end up with Stanley, I'll never be with anyone. You're really understanding and realizing that there's a lot of people on this planet that are just waiting to connect, especially with this pandemic. Everyone wants to connect or have some form of human connection, and I feel like that's something that's really going to benefit you over the next year. So going forward onto your next few cards, I also want to say really quick with the eagle, being eagle-eyed and kind of not putting any details to the side. Again, when someone shows you their true colors, make sure to listen to them, and then bam, on to the next one. Thank you. Next, right? But going forward, we have your Game of Thrones tarot cards, and these are talking about how you are feeling over the next year. So we have the Tower in reverse. Yeah, the worst is over. Yeah, you're ready for love. Thinking I'm ready for love. Wow, we have the Five of Chalices as well, the Knight of Coins in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. You are ready for love. You're ready. You're more than ready as well. For a lot of you guys, you're feeling a little bit sad because there's almost this energy of what hasn't worked out in the past and, kind of a worry of, is it even going to work in the future? It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to be a lot quicker than you might have expected, especially with the Knight of Coins in reverse. When I usually see the Knight of Coins in the upright, it talks about a stable offer or opportunity that is coming in very, very slowly, right? They are taking their time. Your person or your forever partner is really dragging their feet because they have their own healing to do, right? You might be already healed. You might just be waiting around for this person. But if Daniel isn't doing his healing, or if Samantha is deciding not to deal with any of her traumas and her healing as well, I feel like there's only so much that Spirit can do to bring you guys together, right? And I feel like that's really the energy that we have here, is that maybe while you're just healed, you're waiting for this person and you're like, when are they going to come into my life? But, give this person the benefit of the doubt that they are healing, that they're growing, and they're doing the best that they can, right? But I do feel like that's kind of what's keeping this relationship kind of slowed down. I don't know. I guess that would be the best way to put it. It's just a very meticulous sort of a feeling. For some of you guys, maybe you are, in your late 30s, maybe your 40s or 50s, maybe even 60s. Not for all of you guys, but I definitely feel like there's this energy of being more mature and just being like, oh my gosh, when is this going to happen? Like Meghan Markle, look at her and Prince Harry when the age that they were when they finally got married and they found each other and they fell in love, right? And they made a beautiful love story. And I feel like that's the same energy that we have here with you guys that pick stack 3, is that it's going to be worth the wait, right? Because honestly, to go from the Ace of Cups, a brand new opportunity in love, saying I'm ready for love, I'm ready to accept love from another person, to the 10 of Cups, I mean, that is an incredible jump. You're feeling so emotionally fulfilled. And dare I say, the Disney happily ever after is right here for you, right? That's how you're feeling, at least. Wow, I just picked up these next cards to put them out, and look, wow, this flipped up. So wow, we have double 10 of hearts. I'm gonna put that back real quick, but I just thought that was so amazing that flipped up. So definitely you're feeling as if you could have everything that you could ever have wanted, and then some, and rightly so. It's about time. But you're definitely knowing that that person is right around the corner. So going forward, what is coming into your life over the next year? We have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords, all beautiful. I love that we have the King and Queen of Swords here. That is an energetic match. So you are literally finding the kind of the lid to your pot, so to speak. Oh, and the Ace of Cups again. So the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Ace of Chalices. Okay, so right off the bat, you're finding a soulmate. This is someone who has a high level standing in your life. This could be a top tier soulmate, a twin flame, but regardless, this is someone who you share a life path with. This is also someone that you have shared a past life with. The Six of Cups is always a homecoming card, and it talks about two souls returning to each other after many lifetimes. But with the Queen of Swords, it's almost as if both of you guys are approaching this relationship very logically, and I feel like the two of you guys are going to be very upfront about what it is that you want going forward. It's not going to be as if both of you are kind of shut out or not knowing what's going on. Both of you are going to say, hey, this is what I want. I want to get married. I want to settle down. I want to have children, or I want to do this. I want to do that. And both of you are going to be on the same page, right? Which is going to be kind of a breath of fresh air. For some of you guys, it's been a long time coming. For a lot of you guys too, I feel like maybe you wear sandals, or maybe you like slip-on shoes, or maybe even like stiletto heels. Maybe this is the first time you're going to wear heels in like a long time for your date. And that's only for like a select few of you guys, but I did want to throw it out there that they're going to find that very beautiful. But going forward, I feel like both of you guys are really on the same page. And what else is coming into your life? I feel like you're having not only a beautiful love opportunity, but you're really getting this renewed interest in all of your hobbies and all of your passions in yourself even, right? The Knight of Wands with the Temperance card not only talks about having patience towards yourself and having patience towards divine timing and trusting that your life path is coming together, but it's also talking about feeling as if that fire has been lit from underneath you again, feeling lit up, feeling recharged, feeling rejuvenated. And how beautiful is that? Now with the Temperance card, again, have patience though, because this love is right around the corner, and it's one that's going to be incredibly fulfilling. It's one that is going to be very prosperous as well, and something that brings you a lot of happiness throughout your lifetime. So going on to your last few cards before we go on to your tea leaf tarot cards, we have the 10 of Hearts, and these are going to be your enchanted tarot cards, the Princess of Swords, the Star card, and the 4 of Swords. Beautiful. Okay, so with the 10 of Hearts, again, happily ever after. This is someone who is going to settle down with you. This is someone that you're literally going to have that fairy tale ending with. Maybe you also are going to have like a very big hand fasting or a very big ceremony. For others of you guys, maybe you're just going to be able to save up and move in with this person pretty quickly as well, and that's something that's going to be very exciting for you. For some of you guys, I feel like it's going to be your first house that you will own as well, and that's going to be very exciting to be able to sign the lease and get the keys. For others of you guys with the Star card and the Princess of Swords, you're feeling very hopeful, and I feel like especially when this person comes into your life, I feel like they're going to be writing you a lot of letters. They're going to be wanting to make plans with you as well, and that's something that's going to be very different compared to past relationships, because maybe stack 3, you've been in relationships where people haven't put in the right amount of effort. Maybe you've been having to put in all the effort, and instead this person is doing all of it, right? You're really allowing yourself to be chased for a first time ever. It's kind of like making history, and how awesome is that? So going forward, Spirit is just saying, just keep focusing on yourself, keep focusing on your happiness, put yourself out there, be vulnerable with people, see the best in people as well with the Star card, but again, don't try to make them into someone that they're not. I also feel like with the 4 of Swords, this is saying meditate more over the next year as well, because that's going to be a really wonderful way to kind of gain more insight about where it is that you're going and who to trust, right? Now, going forward onto your tea leaf tarot cards, these are going to be talking about the in-between details of the next year, and we have clouds, temporary problems. Yes, so I definitely feel like there's going to be this energy of any problems that come into your life over the next year are very temporary. It's not something that's going to stay. It's not something that's going to last in your life either. It's just something that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable as it's happening. Now, we also have bird perched waiting for news package or letter. Yes, and that's exactly what I picked up on with the Princess of Swords. So maybe this person is literally sending you packages, they're sending you gifts, they're sending you flowers, but how awesome. So we also have forest, muddled and unclear thinking. Yeah, so that's why it's really important to meditate and to reflect and to look at things objectively, right? And to trust your intuition. Now we also have mountain road. You are on the road to success. Yes, you are on the road to your happily ever after as well. Now we also have tortoise slowly but surely getting ahead. Yeah, that's temperance energy, right? Taking your time, things feeling a little bit meticulous, feeling a little bit frustrated by how slow things are going, but the tortoise always beats the hare, you guys. And sometimes those people that have those really, really quick victories, it's not something that maybe you would have been happy with, and that's why it's taken time, because, honestly, I feel like had you just gotten everything very easily and without a little bit of a fight or without a little bit of maybe even resistance behind it in some way, I really feel like it wouldn't have been as sweet of a reward when it finally came into your life, if that makes sense. Now we also have chair empty, someone is leaving your life, so it could literally be that you're playing the field, and as soon as you date someone, you're like, thank you, next, and you just decide to go on to the next person. Now we also have caterpillar, things will not always be this way. Yes, a change is coming, and a change is coming for the better as well. For some of you guys, I keep hearing Rob Thomas's, I don't want to be lonely no more. I don't want to have to pay for this. I don't want another lover at my door. It's just another heartache on my list. So some of you guys might not even want to play the field. You might just be like, Darling D, I just want to find that really good person that I'm going to settle down with. And I promise you are, especially you, Rebecca. I know you're going to find someone beautiful for you. Don't worry about it. We also have ear, good news. Yes, good news comes for those who wait. And look at that. that and bird both talk about news. Look, waiting for news and good news. So it's almost as if after this reading, you're just expecting the good news, which is going to bring even more good news into your life, because when you expect miracles to happen in your life and when you expect good things to happen as well, it's going to bring more good things in by the universe, because you're saying, hey, I'm worthy of good things. I know that I deserve good things. Now we also have Quill, get back to basics. Beautiful. So you're definitely getting back to basics and, you know, what is really good for you. Now we also have money path. Wow, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Yeah, so you're going to be very, very successful, those that pick stack 3, especially over the next year. You might be setting yourself up for a really successful career. Now we also have flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, that you know your worth and you're not going to settle for anyone less, or, you know, someone that doesn't deserve your attention. Now we also have bowl, plenty of material things. Yeah, and didn't we just have that card earlier too that was talking about material wealth? And look, we literally have this card. Now we also have broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. But here's the thing, is that traditionally when you look at a wishbone and it breaks off down here and you get to keep this, it does usually mean that your wish is granted. So I'm going to say that it's almost as if a wish is granted, but it isn't granted in the way that you expected it to be, right? Like maybe you had specifications of, we're going to meet on a gondola in France and we're going to be doing this and we're going to be doing that. And I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, that would be nice, but you're actually going to be meeting Dan at a dog park, right? Or I just feel like there's this energy of you being like, we're going to be star-crossed lovers, and I'm going to be there, and Harry Styles is going to be on stage, and he's going to be looking at me, and he's going to be like, watermelon sugar, wow. And then that's it. He's going to be madly in love with me, and Spirit is like, well, what do you think about Dan down the street? And I just feel like there's this energy of getting your wish granted, but, you know, it's not like it's, you know, Jesse McCartney. I don't know, maybe for some of you guys it is. But we do have Weeping Willow, Family Sorrow. Beautiful. Okay, so with this card, I like how I said Family Sorrow and then I said beautiful, like it's a good thing. I mean, obviously it's not, but I do want to say that whenever I see this card, it usually brings wisdom in, right? So that's why I always feel very excited when I see this card, because whenever we see Weeping Willows, especially in regards to, you know, maybe movies, let's say in regards to the movie Pocahontas as well from Disney. She is really wise. She is someone who offers her wisdom. She is someone who comforts the animals of the forest and of the lands as well. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, is that through this sorrow or through this hardship, there's going to be a lot of knowledge that's gained. Maybe you guys are going to be a lot better with your money after this. It's almost as if there's a hardship that teaches you guys how to be better with your money and how to, you know, maybe catch up on bills as well. I just feel like there's this energy of gaining knowledge and gaining wisdom through the hardship, right? Finding the moral of the story. And I don't think it's going to be anything too bad, because again, we did start out with a temporary problem. So again, this family sorrow is something that was meant to happen, right? It was something that was meant to teach you. And look at that. We have clouds, and we talked about clouds being represented in this crystal as well. So clouds might be really important. Some of you guys might also receive messages from your spirit guides, ancestors, and past loved ones through the clouds. You know, so whenever you have a day that you can just sit outside on a blanket and just stare up at the sky, you know, take notice and take note of everything that shows up in the clouds. Now, we also have star, guaranteed success. Yes, beautiful. And we do have the star down here as well. Some of you guys are going to be celebrities, or you're going to be worldwide known. Some of you guys are going to have kind of a following online, maybe on TikTok, on Instagram, any social media. But we also do have February. So February is going to be very important. It could be February of next year, or it could be February from 2 years from now. But I definitely feel like a February is going to be very important. Some of you guys might even be born in February. Maybe you're an Aquarius. And I just feel like there's this energy of really gaining a deeper level of understanding of what it is that you want, and really gaining the stardom, really gaining a lot of money too. Now, we also have Lion, time to act. Yes, act on those passions and on those desires that you have. Now, we also have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Again, remember I was saying earlier that, you know, maybe your dogs get like entangled in their leashes and you're just sort of like, oh man, this is embarrassing. And I feel like it's that sort of a divine meeting. Now, we also have wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So, you know, again, it could be that maybe you just feel as if your life has gotten a little bit monotonous, or it is just the same thing every single day. And Spirit is really asking you to go outside of that, to start dating around or to start meeting new people or putting yourself out there. It doesn't even have to be in regards to dating. It could just be in regards to making a social media account where you are contributing to a community or just contributing in general, right? Uplifting others. For some of you guys, you might be wanting to start maybe a workout blog or maybe a yoga blog, maybe a yoga Instagram where you inspire people with daily yoga poses or something. But we also do have egg. It says success assured with good plans and hard work. Yes. So double success card. Honestly, we have so many cards that are talking about beautiful things coming in. And how awesome is that? But you're definitely going to be kind of hatching something brand new into your life, a brand new idea, a brand new outlook, a brand new perspective. Now we also have pale, time to get out of a situation. Yeah. So for some of you guys, it could even be that you're deciding to move. For others of you, maybe you're leaving one relationship to kind of play the field or maybe even to get into a brand new relationship, right? There's just this energy of leaving behind things that have no longer served you or things that are not healthy for you anymore. For others of you, I feel like there's this energy of deciding over the next year to, maybe say sayonara to a job that isn't kind of treating you well, or maybe a boss isn't treating you very well. So you're just like, I'm going to pack my stuff and I'm going to go somewhere that I am appreciated. So again, maybe you are literally creating your own path. Maybe you're going to be a musician on YouTube. Maybe some of you guys are also going to be writing books or writing poetry, like was said earlier. But there's definitely going to be a lot of beauty coming your way over the next year, stack 3. And how awesome is that? So definitely let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this and if this resonated. Make sure to hit like if you love this reading and press subscribe if you have not already. Also, make sure to hit that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a brand new reading. And I hope to see you in my next reading, stack 3. Also, I will be leaving all of my links in the description box down below for my Tumblr, for my Etsy. I'm going to start uploading my crafts on there very soon. So I do rune sets, necklaces, all kinds of kind of witchy stuff. But I hope that you guys are doing amazing and taking care of yourself. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Hello to everyone who picked stack 4. Let's get right into your reading and see where will you be a year from now. So right off the bat, I love the fact that you chose the yellow citrine and the deer ornament. I definitely feel like there's a lot of healing to be had over the next year in regards to your emotions and in regards to inner childhood healing as well. Some of you guys might be attending therapy over the next year or going to a psychologist as well. This is just someone that you are going to be able to talk to, maybe even a counselor, a school counselor, maybe even a college counselor, maybe even a work counselor. I just feel like there's an energy of reaching out to people and gaining a different perspective that is really going to heal you over the next year. And how beautiful is that? I'm so proud of you guys for reaching out to another person and reaching out to someone for help, right? No one really speaks about how kind of truly difficult that can be sometimes. And I'm so inspired and so in awe of those of you guys that have decided to take that step forward, right? And to take that leap. I am so proud of you guys, and so is Spirit. For others of you guys as well, I feel like there's this energy of just healing as a whole. Maybe you're healing from past traumatic experiences in regards to relationships, in regards to family matters, in regards to, maybe even the way that you see yourself as well. I just feel like there's a healthier perspective or a healthier outlook when it comes to viewing yourself and viewing your body. You're seeing yourself as someone who is gorgeous, someone who is so curvaceous and vivacious. For the guys, you're someone who has a really nice body. You're someone who has a really amazing jawline as well. I just feel like you're seeing yourself as more than, what you've seen yourself previously. Maybe you are someone who has recovered from an ED as well. And I want to say that I'm really proud of you guys and all that you have been through, and the fact that you get up every day and you really push forward. You are someone who is so brave, and I'm so inspired by you. And so is Spirit. But I also want to say as well, I feel like for others of you, maybe you are making the life choice to become a vegetarian, a vegan. Maybe you're deciding to just only become a pollo vegetarian. I don't know. I just feel like there's this energy of really making changes to your diet, kind of incorporating more raw fruits and vegetables as well, incorporating more water. Maybe you're someone who is going to be really making a lot of healthy drinks as well, so to speak. So maybe like carbonated water or like flavored water is going to be a really big hit over the next year. I also feel like for others of you guys, maybe you're deciding to hit the gym. Maybe you're deciding to really work on gains as well. You're becoming a bodybuilder. You're becoming someone who is gaining those muscles as well and really toning your body. There's this energy of maybe even having leg day. Look at that. See how this deer has legs for days? And I feel like that's you guys' energy. But I feel like a lot of people are really going to be noticing you during this period of kind of glowing up and transforming and having this metamorphosis. It's almost as if you are becoming healthy on the inside, and then that's also transmuting and showing on the outside as well. And how awesome is that? So going forward onto your first card, this is your Foxfire Kitsune card, and this is talking about the next year. So we have number 4, call forth the waves. Yes, it's going to be a very emotional year. It's going to be a very jam-packed year as well. For some of you guys, there's going to be this energy of, will things ever let up? It's almost as if wave after wave keeps coming towards me and keeps crashing into me. When is it going to be enough? And maybe there's almost this energy of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's what makes you reflect inward and say, hey, I do have a lot that I have to heal. I do have a lot that I have to work on as well. And that's what's really going to bring a lot of beauty into your life, because I feel like through this hard kind of looking at your life and this reflection period of having to say, okay, well, this is how my life is, and this is how I've kind of perceived it, and this is what I want it to be, and this is looking at it objectively, and just looking at everything, covering all your bases, that's also going to bring more opportunities into your life. It's going to bring more loving relationships into your life as well. For others of you guys, I feel like there's also this energy of being more vulnerable. Maybe in the past you didn't allow yourself to be vulnerable. You didn't allow yourself to cry as much as you should have. And I feel like over the next year, you're allowing yourself to do that because you understand that it's very healthy. You can't just be happy all the time, right? That's called toxic positivity. It's very, very normal and very kind of human to just cry, to just feel your emotions, and that's part of the experience. We are here. You're a spiritual being living in a physical body, right? So it's going to be a little bit emotional from time to time. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming as well. So make sure that you honor your emotions. Make sure that you honor yourself and validate what you're feeling as well. Don't invalidate yourself. Don't invalidate your experience either, because that's incredibly important. I feel like someone had to really hear that. For others of you guys, I feel like you're really getting in touch with your heritage as well. Because I feel like maybe there's this energy of going online and maybe getting in contact with maybe your cousins or maybe your aunts or uncles or nieces or nephews. There's just this energy of over the next year being very family oriented, maybe even traveling to see the people that you really love as well. Maybe for some of you guys, you live at a distance from the people that you love. Maybe you go to college far away, or maybe you're someone who has just made your life in a different city or a different state, maybe in a different country in general. And you're finally kind of deciding, hey, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a homecoming. I'm going to return. I'm going to see everyone that I have missed so much. Now, also with the number 4, you're finding stability within yourself as well. You're making this firm foundation over the next year. Again, that's going to last you many, many years to come. So going on to your next card, this is your Secrets of the Mystic Grove card. And this is talking all about what energy is coming your way over the next year. So we have number 23, Adventure. Wow. So 4 and then 5. So taking it one step at a time, pacing yourself, knowing that Rome wasn't built overnight, right? It wasn't built in a day either. So make sure that you're being patient with yourself. Make sure that you are staying in this meticulous energy, staying very grounded as well. For some of you guys, I feel like maybe you're an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Maybe you also have Scorpio somewhere in your chart as well. Maybe even Aries, but you don't have to. I just feel like those are the energies that are coming up, and Spirit really wants you to be kind of grounded, to work on grounding techniques as well. What I love to do is I love to envision tree roots growing out of my feet every time that I exhale. And it's a really wonderful way to become more grounded as you envision the roots going deep within the earth's crust, past the cement, past the floor of your house, past everything, into the ground, past the earth's crust, maybe even into the center of the earth. And that's going to be a really wonderful way to ground you guys as well, and to kind of take you out of all this overthinking or overanalyzing. For some of you guys, maybe you get really caught up in your head and get really caught up in your thoughts, and there's almost times where it's almost as if you can break your own heart, is something that Spirit's saying, because you just overthink. So it's almost as if I don't want to say that you kind of think up kind of things that worry you and you think of problems, but it's almost this energy of before things even happen, you start to really dwell on them, and Spirit is saying, take the time important to focus on the present moment, to ground yourself, because that's really going to clear up the majority of this muddled thinking or this unclear thinking, right? Now, also with adventure, I definitely feel like a lot of adventures are coming your way over the next year, especially in regards to travel. Some of you guys are going to be getting on planes over the next year, a lot of plane rides, maybe even a lot of bus trips, or maybe even shuttle rides. Maybe you have a train somewhere near your house. But with experience, taking risks, and wish, you're definitely putting yourself out there. You're taking that leap of faith, and you're saying to yourself, hey, I'm going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm going to have a good time, right? But again, you're going forward towards new experiences, to new opportunities as well, and towards new adventures. I feel like a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled too, and a lot of your wishes are coming to fruition in general. Now, going forward, I really quick want to talk about your witch's familiar card, because I started it first for every other pile, but for you guys, I forgot to do it. I forgot to grab it. And it's been over on the side, just laying there, but we have Ansu. So this is talking about if we could sum up your next year, what would it be? So look out how organized it kind of looks too. So maybe some of you guys are organizing your home life. Maybe some of you guys are literally reorganizing your bookshelves as well. And that's something that's going to make you feel very inspired. Maybe you're organizing it by height, or maybe you're kind of organizing it by color as well. Maybe you're just redecorating your home in general over the next year. But with Ansu's, you're definitely focusing on your knowledge. You're focusing on your intellectual studies and your intellectual endeavors. I definitely feel like there's this energy as well of getting in touch with your spiritual side, with your intuition, and really understanding that things happen the way that they're supposed to. There's also this energy of being able to transmutate the terrible things that happen into beautiful things, the disappointments or the inconveniences into things that are so beneficial, or something that makes you so excited to be alive. And also with Ansu's, I feel like you're very connected with your past life self, and I feel like you're kind of going through a lot of karma in this kind of next few months. And it's going to be something that's not necessarily the easiest, but it's not something that's going to be the hardest either, right? So Spirit doesn't want you to be too scared. Again, work on your grounding techniques, work on meditation, work on connecting with your spirit guides. Also doing spirit guide regressions on YouTube, past life regressions, spirit guide meditations where you can meet them, maybe even ancestor meditations. That is something that is going to be very, very beneficial over the next year, and is something that is really going to help you in regards to knowing what you should be doing going forward. So going on to your next few cards, these are going to be talking about where your focus is over the next year. So we have fairness and judgment. So again, you're being very fair. You're looking at things very logically as well. And how awesome is that? I also feel like you're being very fair to yourself. And I feel like you're starting to be a little bit kinder to yourself. You've decided to not judge yourself as harshly anymore. I feel like there's a lot less self-deprecating thoughts too, which is about time, right? You are someone who is so incredible and so phenomenal in so many ways. Now we also have the spirit of lightning. So again, I feel like you're just going to be acting. There's this energy of just action in general, just putting yourself out there, throwing caution to the wind, and just kind of going and achieving your goals. For some of you guys, I feel like you're going to be an overnight success as well. Something in regards to business is just going to have the Midas touch, and it's going to take off like that, like lickety split. But we also have beauty and vanity. But with beauty and vanity, this is definitely talking again about focusing on your outward appearance, but also appreciating how beautiful you are. When we think about someone who is vain, we think about someone who looks at themselves in the mirror and they go, whoo, yes, wow, I'm beautiful, and they feel uplifted, they feel inspired, they feel encouraged. We don't think of vanity, we don't think of someone who is vain and see someone who is like, ugh, wow, look at that troll over there, ugh, and you're like looking in the mirror like, no, that's someone who loves that, but going forward, I definitely feel like there's this holding yourself in a higher energy, or maybe even to a higher standard, or in a higher regard going forward over the next year, and that's beautiful. And we also have conflict behind the mask. So some of you guys, again, maybe for so long you put up this mask, or you put on this front of, I'm okay, I'm okay, nothing can hurt me, nothing can harm me, and everyone's just like, oh, okay, Deborah's all right, no need to worry about her. And then it was just one day, you were just sort of like, I'm not okay. There's been conflict behind this mask for years. I've been smiling this whole time, but I actually have tears in my eyes, and you've just never noticed. And I feel like people are so shocked by it, because I feel like you really did a good job at putting forward forward that you were very happy or that you were living your best life. And, I feel like when you finally do kind of step into this energy of noticing how beautiful you are and stepping into your best life and, getting this windfall as well, people are really going to start noticing, like, wow, like, there is a complete difference in the happiness that this person is showing now as opposed to the happiness that this person has showed in the past. Like, this is genuine happiness now. Like, this doesn't feel forced or for another person's sake, right? It's almost as if in the past you smiled for other people and now you're going to finally be smiling for yourself over the next year. And how beautiful is that? Now, going forward onto your next few cards, these are your angels and ancestors cards, and these are talking again about what the focus is over the next year. Yeah, enjoy success and happiness. A lot of success is coming your way, a lot of joy, a lot of good times as well, a lot of abundance. And it's something that I feel like a lot of you guys can barely believe. And I feel like it's going to be in your life by the time the next holiday season rolls around. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you find this, it's going to be meant for you. But I definitely feel like there's this energy of by the time things get very cold, when winter rolls around for wherever you are or where the holiday season comes, I feel like that's when all of this is going to kind of come to fruition, when you are smiling and when you are happy and when you are feeling so excited about all that you have achieved. Now, we also have warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Yes, again, going forward very courageously and someone who is very brave as well. Spirit is asking you over this next home stretch, just continue being brave, just continue putting your best foot forward, right? There is going to be a lot of healing here and it's going to be for the better. I feel like your inner child is going to thank you a lot over the next year. Yeah, you're going to be mothering yourself with Mother Earth. It says feel loved and comforted. And that's exactly how you're going to be feeling. And I feel like there's almost this energy of finally recognizing the healthy attributes within your community as well, and who is healthy, who is toxic, who is good to go around. There's just a transformation in general. And it's really interesting, even if we were to look at the difference between warrior and Mother Earth, how warrior, obviously, since they are a warrior, that this is someone who could stand up for themselves, going into someone who is laid back, who is very vulnerable, who is just like letting it all hang out with her pregnant earth belly, right? So I feel like that's kind of the same energy. This is literally me after I've eaten like so much breadsticks from Domino's. I love Domino's cheesy bread. That's literally me like reminiscing on the good cheesy bread that I had earlier. But I feel like there's this energy of going from very cautious or very protected into just being like, wow, being able to finally breathe that sigh of relief. Maybe there's also this energy of in the past being like, I can't eat all that cheesy bread, that's not good for me. And then now knowing that, I can eat cheesy bread if it's in moderation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just this energy of having a healthy outlook, and not judging yourself as much going forward. Now, we also have Earth Guardians, stay rooted and grounded. Yes, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, fam. We were literally talking about the fact that, wow, I wanted you guys to get grounded. I wanted you guys to practice your grounding techniques. And we literally have Earth Guardian here. So again, stay rooted and grounded. Have that visualization because it's going to be very, very important. I love synchronicities so, so much. So going forward, I also feel like in regards to synchronicities, speaking of them, in confirmations, I feel like you're going to be seeing 222, 111, or 1111 a lot. And for others of you, I feel like 555. So going forward, these are going to be your animal totem tarot cards, and these cards are going to be talking all about how you are feeling a year from now. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card. Beautiful. Okay, so things are definitely coming to fruition for you. I feel like things that you have manifested are really, really coming in fast. Your harvest is very soon, over the next year. But I also feel like with the Four of Pentacles that you're saving money. You're really making money moves. You're being very smart with that. For some of you guys, you're even investing in the stock market, and I feel like that's something you're going to make quite a bit of profit off of. There's just this energy of being very smart with your money and investing in it, right? For others of you, I feel like as well with the Four of Pentacles that you're just saving up for a rainy day, that you're deciding to put away like in a savings account. Maybe some of you guys are getting some more clients at work, or maybe you are someone who is just gaining more career opportunities in general, and this is going to provide a lot of abundance and a lot of coin coming in. And it's something that's going to kind of surprise you, right? But it's going to be something that's very encouraging and very uplifting because you're really starting to see all of your efforts paying off. Now, also with strength, you're feeling very much like you can go the distance. You're feeling as if there's nothing that you can't do. For a lot of you guys, though, I feel like there's a big move that's happening. Maybe that's also why we had adventure earlier, because you're literally moving. You know, I feel like you're packing up your stuff, you're packing up your bags, and you're moving maybe in with someone. Maybe you're moving in with a partner, especially since we do have the infinity symbol here on the cow's head. You know, I feel like there's this energy of being with someone that you share a lot of unconditional love with. You know, maybe for some of you guys, it's going to be a little bit of a shock too, because it's almost as if this money comes in and you think to yourself, this is all I needed to be able to move out. Like, what? You know, and I feel like there's just this energy of things really coming to fruition and things really paying off for you, right? Now, also with strength, this is again having persistence, you know, kind of putting your head forward and doing whatever it takes in order to have it come to fruition, right? But I feel like you're going to be achieving a lot of goals. A lot of you guys are finding strength in your sensitivities and your vulnerabilities as well. So going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Game of Thrones tarot cards, and these are talking about how you feel over the next year. So we have the Justice card, beautiful. So it's almost as if things are kind of, again, paying off. You're finally starting to see your just desserts. Now we also have the Queen of Spears, the Seven of Coins in reverse, the Seven of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. Okay, so don't get scared right off the bat when we see the Seven of Swords. It's always talking about being prepared. It could also just be talking about lightening the load as well, but we will get to that in a second. So with the Justice card and the Queen of Spears, it's almost as if now is your time to shine. Regardless of gender, you are stepping into this Queen of Spears energy where you are nurturing yourself. You are being a self-starter. You're an entrepreneur. You're someone who is focusing on your career. You're focusing on your passions, on your hobbies. For a lot of you guys, you're turning your hobbies into a career. So I feel like maybe you're starting to sell jewelry. You're selling metaphysical items. You're selling, maybe you make teacups. I don't know. There's just this energy of you really starting to sell your crafts and your homemade goods and people really loving it, people giving you a lot of recognition for it. And I really feel like things are going to finally pay off. Maybe for a lot of you guys, like especially if you have like a crochet or knit business, maybe you've just been stocking up on items for years and finally you have enough to be able to start like a shop or like an online store. But with the Seven of Coins in reverse, it's almost as if you've already done the work, right? Like the work has already been put in, the manifesting has already been put in. It's just kind of up to divine timing to bring it into your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. You know, Spirit is asking you to be open to receiving, though, to be open and receptive, because it's coming in a lot faster than you know. Do you see how the dove is almost towards the top of the wheel? It's really saying that the wheel is turning in your favor, and it's going to be there sooner than you know it. So a lot of good luck and good fortune is coming your way over the next year. A lot of opportunities to travel. Some of you guys might be traveling to Universal Studios, to Disney World, you know, maybe even to like Las Vegas, or, you know, maybe you're just kind of traveling the world. Maybe you're going to Alaska, or maybe you're going to Amsterdam, or maybe you're going to Berlin. I don't know. There's just this energy of traveling and really seeing the world. And how awesome is that? For a lot of you guys too, maybe you're fashion designers and that's something you're really going to strive in over the next year. For others, maybe you're just decided to take on a new hobby and really making your own clothes. But going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Yuval More tarot cards, and these are talking about what exactly is coming into your life over the next year, what blessings. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. So stable beginnings are coming in, you know, at a good pace, kind of a slow pace. We have the Four of Swords, we have the Fool card, again, a card about adventure. So I like that it kind of lines up with that adventure card. The Queen of Cups, oh, and the Two of Cups. Okay, some of you guys are literally starting your life with someone. You might be getting engaged, you might be getting married, you might be taking the leap of faith and moving in with someone. I just wanted to like throw that out there right off the bat, but it's something that might have been a long time coming. Maybe some of you guys have lived at home for a long time and you're just sort of like, yes, I'm ready. For others of you guys, I feel like you yourself are kind of buying the house and you're very excited, or you're getting the apartment just by yourself, and that's also going to lead to a deeper level of commitment within your relationship. Or maybe you're going to be getting into a relationship after you decide to take this leap of faith. For others of you guys, maybe you're deciding to be a transfer student. Maybe you're going to a different country. You know, maybe you're a college student that's like going to Germany or going to Norway or Sweden, and you're going to be an exchange student. And I feel like there's almost this energy of maybe you're going to meet your person when you're over there at university. So maybe that's something to be very open and receptive about as well, because maybe you're just going to meet someone who is literally like your other half. But I feel like Spirit is saying the first little bit of the year, it's going to be a little bit slow. It's going to be a little bit slow goings, a little little bit, maybe even uncomfortable from time to time, but allow yourself to get grounded. The Four of Swords talks about meditating, about reflecting, about taking that time. It's a lot like the Hanged Man, right? So I love that we have so many cards that are basically talking about just get grounded, get rooted, and take the time for yourself, because that's going to lead you to a lot of really amazing opportunities. I feel like Spirit is also saying that, let's say that you see a deal online where it's like $25 round trip to Florida. Spirit is saying, if that's something that you can do, definitely go for it. Don't say to yourself, well, maybe next year. No, do it this year then, right? I just feel like there's this energy of accomplishing goals that you've been really wanting to do. For others of you, I've noticed that in quite a few of these cards, we've seen boobs. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And I feel like maybe you're really feeling comfortable in yourself. For others of you guys, maybe you're having a top surgery, or maybe you're having a mastectomy. I believe it's called a mastectomy. If I remember correctly, I'm so sorry. But I feel like there's this energy of gaining your confidence, whether that be confidence with large boobs, with regular boobs, with no boobs. Maybe you are someone who is having a top surgery because you're also trans, right? And how awesome is that? So I just feel like there's this energy of being very comfortable in yourself and really seeing yourself as the person that you were always meant to be. Do you see how the Queen of Cups here is just kind of letting it all hang out? And she's just like, here I am in the light of day. I feel like that's kind of you guys' energy. You're stepping into that Elsa energy. You might also kind of resonate with stack 3 or stack 2. I feel like stack 3 more so. But going forward onto your last few cards before we go on to your tea leaf tarot cards, these are your enchanted tarot cards, and these are talking about closing messages on what you should know about your next year. So we have Judgment. Yeah, so the angels have something in store for you. So do your ancestors. Trust that. Know that you aren't stagnant, that you're not stuck, especially with the Eight of Swords. Look, the Hanged Man. We were just talking about him with the Four of Swords. We also have the Chariot and the World card. Beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, your angels and ancestors definitely have something better planned for you. Trust this, know this, especially if you feel a little bit stagnant or you feel a little bit stuck. This has been for a reason. You have reached this plateau for a reason. I feel like it was in order to say to yourself, hey, this isn't making me happy anymore. I need to go somewhere that is going to make me happy. Maybe for some of you guys, you're literally working 9 to 5 somewhere and you decided one day, hey, this doesn't fulfill me anymore. I'm leaving. And you say goodbye to your boss or your manager, Jacob, and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Bye, I'm quitting. And you go home and you start up your business and it starts doing amazing, right? And I just feel like it's this energy of really focusing on your passions. For others of you, maybe you're joining like an orchestra or something. Maybe you're someone who plays music, and maybe you just kind of had a side job just until your full-time job could take off. And that's something that's going to happen over the next year. Now, also with the Chariot and the World card with the Hanged Man, it's saying that after coming out of this stagnation period, things are going to speed up very, very quick. Remember how I said earlier that a lot of things are going to be coming your way over the next year? That's what this energy is all about. It's almost as if Spirit gave you a resting period to rest up before the real marathon began, right? So it's almost as if Spirit is like, well, I hope that you enjoyed that resting period. I hope that all that time that you spent worrying, it was actually restful for you, because now you have a lot of work to do. And it's just so funny because I feel like also those of you that picked this pile, I feel like connecting with your spirit guides would be very, very wonderful and very beneficial and very healthy. So doing spirit guide meditations on YouTube would be really amazing in regards to connecting with them. I feel like they're very sarcastic, right? Maybe that's where you get your own sarcasm from, but I feel like you're closing out old cycles that no longer serve you and going into brand new opportunities. You're going into brand new options and brand new perspectives as well. So going forward onto your tea leaf tarot cards, this is going to be talking about the specific details between now and the next year for you. So we have Diamond. Wow, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So again, I feel like someone in this pile is going to be getting proposed to. You're going to be getting married. Wow. So we also have Wall, misunderstanding. So it could be that maybe you also have a misunderstanding with this person, or maybe there's there's just a misunderstanding with yourself. You know, again, remember how I was saying earlier that for a long time it was almost as if you misjudged yourself or you gave yourself a bad rep? That's what this is all about. I feel like you just kind of misunderstood yourself. Now, we also have April, so something big is going to be happening in April. Maybe you like the anime Your Lie in April. That's actually a show about musicians and about violinists and about orchestras, so maybe that's something that's very important to you guys. But also maybe your birthday is in April. We also have May. It's gonna be May. I like that it's like April and then May, so maybe it's those 2 months are going to be very incredible and very transformative. We also have Crown, honor and respect will come to you. So people are really going to be giving you a lot of recognition. Again, you're really going to be respected at work, especially if you have an at-home business. Now, we also have hills, obstacles to overcome. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's obstacles to overcome, but you're going to do it very beautifully and in a way that doesn't make it seem so uncomfortable. Now, we also have Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Yeah, I feel like everything that had to happen, it happened for a reason, right? And I feel like maybe that's also the same in regards to your self-worth. You know, maybe there was this energy of when you finally do really realize how beautiful you are and how incredible you are and how you know, worthy you are as well, and how you're someone who gives a lot back to the rest of the world. Sorry if I paused there. I thought I heard my dog bark in the other room. But going forward, you know, I feel like there's this energy of you're really going to appreciate yourself and you're really going to love yourself finally the way that you were meant to. And I feel like it's going to be long overdue. Now, we also have Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah, that goes back into the Eight of Swords. There might be some point of the journey over the next year where you're feeling a little bit stagnant or you feel like you've reached a blockage or a plateau, but it really is going to bring you to a better perspective. Now, we also have Tree, affairs with your family. I feel like you're going to be spending more time with your family. Maybe the misunderstanding also happens in your family. Now, we also have Fire, strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. So I honestly feel like it's going to be passionate love, maybe even sensual desire as well. Now, we also have Dark Woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. This could be you. This could be someone in your family. This could be someone that you are in a relationship with or someone that you're going to be in a relationship with. Now, we also have Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, that you're going to have a big like kind of lump sum of money coming your way, or maybe you're just going to have a big windfall, or maybe just this pickup in popularity. Maybe even some of you guys are going to be written about online, like on a blog, or you're going to be featured on a blog somewhere, and that's going to increase your popularity. Now, we also, yes, have a throne, position of authority. Yeah, you're definitely going to be getting a promotion in some way. Now, we also have Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. What was I telling you with Fire? Yeah, that's definitely very big sensual matters. Now, we also have Legs, stepping into a new experience, stepping into a new opportunity. Yes, it's going to be very exciting too. We also have Broken Bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So it could be that maybe you also try to micromanage this misunderstanding or an obstacle that comes in your way, and Spirit is saying just go with the flow. Don't try to push against it. Don't try to struggle against the current. Just allow yourself to be kind of swept away with it, right? Now, we also have Bear, danger, especially in money matters. So make sure to take care of your money. Again, with that Four of Pentacles showing up earlier, this talks all about saving up your money for a rainy day because you're going to need it. But we also have Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So again, someone definitely is admiring you. I feel like there's definitely going to be a suitor or someone in your life that wants to take that next level of commitment with you or take that next step forward with you, and it's going to bring a lot of excitement into your life with Firecracker. Now, we also have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. You know, so it could be that maybe someone that you work with is, you know, maybe they're this bear, you know, maybe they're trying to cause danger into your career, and you're just like, yeah, that's fine, Deborah, you could do whatever you want, but I'm going to leave here and I'm going to be my own boss, you know? But I feel like you're really going to be using your resources and your resourcefulness in regards to your finances to get more money in, right? And look at that wealth. Yeah, you're bringing a lot of money in. You're bringing a lot of coin in. And honestly, this Deer is gold too, so I feel like there's this energy again of everything you touch turning to gold, having that Midas touch, being very successful. But with Pig, it says beware of greed, you know, so it could even be talking about when you make this money, make sure to share the wealth with those around you, you know, or maybe even giving back to the community. Now, we also have Four-leaf Clover, great good fortune. Yes, definitely good fortune. Now, we also have Victory in some endeavor, feeling very victorious, feeling very excited, but we also have teardrops, great personal sorrow. So, you know, again, I feel like maybe whatever this broken bridge is, it's something that's going to hurt a lot. It's something that's going to maybe even scare you in a little bit of a way. But it's something that is going to lead you to victory, right? Now we also have spiritual love. Beautiful. Yeah, someone is in love with you, you guys. Wow. And I feel like over the next year, they're going to tell you that, pile 4. We have jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Make sure to spend some time by yourself. Make sure to, you know, listen to some music or just de-stress. I feel like having decompression time is very important to you guys. Now we also have stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Yeah, some of you guys might be literally birthing a child. Some of you guys might be literally birthing a new business opportunity or a new business endeavor. We did have Mother Earth, you know, and she was like really big time pregnant. So maybe some of you guys are literally falling pregnant. But going forward, we also have career. So you're definitely focusing on career. That's what it is. That's what's birthing into life. I don't think that it's the baby. I think it's more the career. But we do also have harp. Great happiness is coming your way. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have September. Do you remember the 21st night of September? But I hope that you guys enjoyed this stack 4. Oh my goodness, so much beauty and so much happiness and so much success is coming your way as well. Honestly, you're gonna have cash up to wazoo, those of you that pick this pile. So keep hustling, keep putting your best foot forward or your best leg forward, right? But I hope that you guys are doing amazing. Definitely make sure to leave a like if you love this video. Also make sure to comment down below and let me know what you thought of this. I love hearing you guys' comments, or reading them rather. Honestly, it makes my day so much better. It really warms my heart to be able to hear how these resonate with you guys, and you know, if it inspires you or makes you feel very excited about the next year. But yeah, I hope that you're doing amazing and taking care of yourself. Also, make sure to hit subscribe if you have not already, and press that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a brand new reading. Also, I will be leaving all of my links in the description box down below for my Tumblr, my TikTok, you know, pretty much everything. My Etsy, I'm going to be posting some crafts on there. I make rune sets, and I also do different jewelry and different witchy stuff, right? So definitely check that out. I'm hoping to have some new listings posted very soon for you guys. But yeah, I hope that you're doing amazing, taking care of yourself, and staying in good health. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Stack 4!